she step in as CEO if she was ever going to transition from Apple Music to Spotify. But
trick question. I'm also not on Apple Music. I'm on iTunes.
She buys music.
That is crazy. She
doesn't
buy that. I thought you could buy it on Apple.
Like last night. Like this is just how I live my life. But anyways, like I pick a song, I pay money for it, it's on my phone, and I own it. But yeah, no, honestly, Joe, no CEO is gonna make me step down from Spotify or step towards Spotify. What I would love though is if and this is a complete like, nonsense, but if we have iTunes split up, become its own company, and then it has its own CEO, and I want it to be a rapper if that is the case. Dr. Dre, where are you at?
All right, guys. Shout out Adara, man. I like that take. I like your take, Joey. Leave him with a thought.
Yeah, I mean, I hope everyone has a fantastic Tuesday. The Jays are playing this weekend. That's going to be fun. We got some big-time UFC fights, but
Joey,
it's not quite. Yeah.
Who are the Jays going to play? Is it going to be New York or Boston?
Who do the Jays want to play?
No. Who are they going to play?
I know, but who do they want to play? Boston?
Okay.
I think they're going to play New York.
They're going to play New York?
Yeah.
Katina Man. Who are the Jays going to play? New York or Boston, Katina Man? The Katina Man, he said it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't think he doesn't got the read right now, and we'll have to wait to see. No read, he says. We'll have to wait for the first game. Maybe he'll have a better read.
He's fibbing to you because he's already probably got some money laced on that one.
Is that true?
Yeah.
He doesn't bet baseball, says the Katina Man. You're going to hear it from him in a second. Peace.
Oh boy, why does nobody ask me these questions? I was like, that's what I'm asking. Like, why, like New York, New York or Boston? Come on, like I want to pick a city.
I'm gonna ask you a
question.
I love
New York.
Name 2 Blue Jays.
Name 2 Blue Jays? What do you mean, like a player?
Yes, not the third.
There's that guy. There's that guy.
And then he wonders why you don't ask.
There's that guy who he went crazy last game. You saw that guy?
Oh, that
What's his name again? He has his last name. That guy. Yeah.
That's the guy. That guy. Okay.
That's one. And then the other guy
another guy who didn't go crazy. The other guy who was caught.
No, he was too busy running.
Right,
he was running the bases.
There was a guy running and a guy hitting.
Yeah,
those guys.
Those guys.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
Yeah.
Nobody asks me these questions around here, man. Come on. New York. It's definitely going to be New York. Something flew.
No. You're trying to move this mic cable here from Randy. I don't know. This guy. Welcome, everybody.
Right. Trading. Go trading.
Yeah, we're back into Nvidia here. Long.
Nice.
Oh, it doesn't show it on there, but here, maybe if I get out of a little piece, you can see the position there on Nvidia. Yep, there it is. Okay. And then we wrote down as well TQQs. I was showing this to Obi. We have on our note here that we wanted 103 short. We canceled it as we went to the gym. And as soon as 11 o'clock hit, which is when we basically get out of our seats, 103 came in, and we haven't seen that since. So we're having a great day today. It's going to be an awesome afternoon. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We do have Nike earnings coming after the bell. We do have Brian Shannon joining us tonight as well. We'll talk to him. We'll figure out what's going on with all of that as well. But, yeah, just after 2 o'clock, 2:04 right now. Yeah, Jays, I think it's Cleveland, Detroit right now with playing. And Major League Baseball World Series, I was going to say World Series playoffs. They don't call it that. Just World Series playoffs, I guess. Yeah, on right now. And we're excited to see that. Blue Jays finally back in the playoffs. And we've been in there a lot. It's just we never seem to win, get by that first round this year. Hopefully it smells a little bit different. Yeah, I need Nike to go back up. I'm invested into Lululemon as well. I've got my On shoes on.
Oh, nice.
Right now. Yeah,
how are those?
Really super comfortable, dude.
My parents got a pair of those as well. And I was debating. I was like, I want one as well.
Yeah,
but, I don't know which one to get. There's so many. There's like the Cloud Tech something.
Yeah, these are the Cloud Surfer Max 2s.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're big. They're just, they're nice. And they fit.
Super comfy?
Yeah, super comfy.
I've heard
like,
they
look
so
like
comfy.
You're like, oh man, I've never, Cloud Surfer Max.
My mom has like plantar fasciitis and stuff, so she has like issues like walking and like straining her
so
feet. She says they're absolutely amazing.
That's part of why I got it, because my knee has been reconstructed. So it's like, I get pressure. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Long story short, they are. Super comfortable. They were pricey.
I also saw this Instagram post at like art galleries being like, who's actually going to buy a painting when you see their shoes and they're all wearing all the buyers are only wearing the On shoes. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, no. For me, it's like I wish they were. Obviously, they're expensive for I think what the build is, but I feel like they're more like orthotic, like more.
It's really cool, actually, how they make them. Have you seen the video? It's like some of the stuff they just have like a mold of a foot, and it's sprayed. The shoe is sprayed on. That's why it's so light.
Yeah, it's Swiss engineering. It was
really cool.
Roger Federer, right? I think.
Yeah, I think he blew it up. Yeah, he definitely blew it up.
ON, isn't that the symbol? Yeah, there it is, on holding right here. So this is what it looks like, and we talk.
Oh boy.
I know. Yeah. It's kind of.
It's getting cushioned to the downside.
Yeah, there's a nice cushion here. But no, it's topical because we have Nike coming tonight. So that's why we sort of started talking about that right there. They're going to be, again, should be a good quarter. We have Vietnam and everything figured out as far as tariffs and whatnot are concerned. But Nike's at a very, very interesting inflection point right here, trying to fill against that gap. All right, I think it's Obi with a read now. I don't know who it is. All right.
All right, guys, are you looking for a futures trading platform that actually delivers without hidden costs? With plus 500 futures, you get free live charts, transparent fees, low margins, and an unlimited demo so you can practice until you're ready to trade live. Open an account and start trading with as little as $100 with plus 500's powerful platform. You can access a wide range of futures markets, S&P 500, Nasdaq, Bitcoin, gas, Forex, metals, crypto, and more all in one place. Plus, enjoy a welcome bonus of up to $200 in commission-free trading. Just scan the QR code on screen to apply for your account today and join over 30 million users worldwide who have already chosen plus 500.
All right. Yeah, let's go. Thanks, Obi, for that one. Go check out plus 500. And let's go check out what Sharif's all about there. Oh, not ready yet. Okay. Right. So government shutdown, moments away.
Still warming up. No rundown just yet, just a warm up right now.
Yeah, we're just warming up right now. We're getting ready to rock and roll. Government shutdown. You know, there hasn't been, I think the last, 2011 was shut down maybe for 35 days?
They shut down during Biden, I think, right? Once or no? Am I not?
It might have only been 2 days. I mean, the big thing is that we worry that there's going to be no reports coming out, so that jobs report may not come out there on Friday. Obviously, I think when you're talking about some sectors that might get hit, I would think retail potentially, as people aren't getting paid a little bit less money to go out there if there is some sort of a shutdown where checks aren't going out, right? So that could be it.
2019 for the last.
Oh, was it 2019? I can't. I'll have to. Again, I'd have to look that up. There hasn't been much 2018 in 31 days. Maybe that's the one from What's Up Agent ad right there. So I think we can look back at that. The thing is, I feel like the market was reacting way heavier to the government shutdowns before it actually happened than when it happened. The talks obviously started, and then we started to build back the thought of it reopening again. So I don't know. Right now, we're not really getting a drift down here for the government or for in the Nasdaq or in the S&P 500 really at all. I mean, this is what the S&P 500, if we just look at the SPY right now, looks like. So we're trying to figure out where this market's going to be if we do get a shutdown. And I was just going to say the short-term risk obviously is volatility and delay in economic data, right? But weaker confidence maybe. We'll look at the U.S. dollar. We can look at the long curve there for bonds, maybe heading to the upside right there. I think it gives us this situation, though, for me, I mean, I would hope that it gives us a buy the dip situation, which is what I would be looking for there, because I think that we've had a great earnings season, obviously, that we've just been through here. With I think it was 84% of the S&P 500 wind up beating there. So I think any sort of a dip down into the 50-period moving average on worries that maybe we don't get resolved, that to me is a buying opportunity. So that's kind of what I was going to see. It's the past history of, and again, maybe we have to Google this or whatever, but the past history of government shutdowns has been one of quick sort of short-term pain and then long-term gain as far as stocks are concerned. I mean, the trajectory of the market is straight up. So any kind of a dip down right now, I don't think the government reaction will affect earnings and will affect AI, will affect what we're seeing right now in the market. I think it's a confidence thing and just needs to get figured out, right? I mean, and right now, I think President Trump, no matter what you think about him, he's pretty hard line in the stance. So what I'm worried about is if they do get shut down, how long does it take? To get resolved? Can the Democrats and Republicans come together and get that all figured out? But here in Canada, we don't have those similar issues, so we don't deal with?
We got our own whole
we all
set
have,
of problems.
every country has their own set of issues here, but I was just going to say for that one, yeah, and little bit of short-term pain, which I think is by areas. So if you do think the government's going to get shut down, Obi, I would say raise some cash now, get into some cash, find some cash under your bed, wherever, and get ready to put it to work if there is a shutdown. Like, I would like to see the market down 2 or 3% on a shutdown worry. Or even if they get shut down, because I think that's a buying. We're always looking to get our money back into this market.
Right.
And if you've got your money out right now, there's nothing wrong with sitting on the sidelines. So that's sort of my advice. It's very basic. It's just, if you're nervous, pull a little bit out, wait for those dip buy opportunities, and I think they'll come. So that's what I'd be telling people at this point, but I'm not his financial advisor, and everybody's got to do their own work. I'm not getting anything out right now because of that kind of a worry. I'm looking to buy more. So, all right, by the way, Nvidia right now, oh
boy. Here we go.
So there's the long, there's the outs, there's the 150, 150, 185 break, 150, what am I talking about? And then right here, there's the reload at VWAP again.
Nice.
So yeah, man, we sat down, we grabbed our coffee, we reloaded that bad boy, and now it's 70 cents back in the right direction. So, all right, Sharif is ready. We've got all the names ready to go based on what you voted for. So let's go over to the big guy at the big desk and figure out what names we're covering for you right now.
Welcome to the Afternoon Rundown, everyone, the show where we decide what we talk about every afternoon. The big boys, they're locked and loaded, and Obi is in for Neil. They're ready to look at the tickers as decided by you, but the only way to get those tickers right there, get into the chat and vote for your favorite tickers every day. It is super simple. Throw in that $sign, followed by whatever ticker your heart so desires. Let's first start by looking at all four major averages. Oh, wow, the ES went just flat on the day right now, still defending that 6,700 point area we've been talking about, though. Below 24,900 is the NQ, down 0.11, not faring all that badly. It's more of a flat day on all four major averages, for the exception of one here. The Dow also down 0.12, but the Russell kind of taking it on the chin, down 0.5%, but certainly off the lows. We'll have to see how the Russ does on the day. The first ticker, though, as decided by you, Nvidia. Sean's long right now as we speak. Multiple headlines today for Nvidia. Specific to it, though, is the KeyBank Capital price target upgrade from 230 to 250, maintaining that buy rating. They see good growth for Nvidia ahead. Separately, we also had CoreWeave with a big deal with Meta, where they're going to be using Nvidia's latest GB300 chips. In addition to that, UiPath also with a deal today for Nvidia to integrate AI. So no shortage, guys, of Nvidia headlines.
We got you there in the chat, Unique Trading Group. We got you. All right, he wants us to look at NTLA. We'll do that once we are done the rundown. If you want to get NTLA on the board, you've got to make sure that you vote for it during the midday show. All right, look, I mean, NVIDIA, again, those of you that are looking for this stick, you know, we talk about this all morning, and it's right here. There's the NVIDIA 185 long, eyeing an all-time breakout. 356 area key. I don't understand why I wrote that down there. Must have been, wait a minute, what's on my sticky note here? I don't know. But anyways, it's a big move there. That's what we liked. We liked the NVIDIA long. And there it goes. I probably wrote down 186. But there it is, a nice move higher for NVIDIA. There's that initial take. We let this thing go early, and we didn't really get involved until 10 o'clock. So what wound up happening was it was down to 182 when we opened up. And then all of a sudden, boom, right? It ripped right there. It breaks up to 185, which is right into there, and then fades off of that. Then we bought that dip, which turned out to be great, down there at 183.70 or so. And then there's the punch in through 185. It never really went against us. It came back in and retested 185. It might have gone, I think it might have gone against us in the 30 seconds or in the minute that it wound up breaking. But a lot of volume went through, obviously, at those levels, and then boom goes the dynamite. We wind up getting out at 187.54. Let's props it up, man, for about $2 there on that one. Then we got some out once we broke back down below 186. Came back up 187 again, props up. These are all great fills. These are about $1.80 or so and change. Then it came back open and we rebought it at VWAP. So I just think the story is the story, and that already. Okay, the story is basically buy strong names. And I think that with all this news, we got the CoreWeave ideas today. I know you're short UiPath, and the UiPath short was fantastic, but again, on AI kind of derived news. As long as we are not over right here, like this is now $1 in the money, by the way. I got to get some out. This is like starting to go a little ham right now to the upside. So this is what I'm saying. As long as the AI story is not over, which I don't think it is, and there's our 45 fill, then we just continue to go long. Pretty easy trade. It's now above its all-time highs. I don't think we'll be going short this name until we break back below 180 or so. So I love Nvidia right here. We bought some more $10 ago. Thought that might have been a little early, but turns out that we're okay. So go Nvidia, go to the upside, one of the strongest names, and a perennial mover on the show. So all right, those are my thoughts on Nvidia.
All right, guys, so BTCC, 14 years, 0 hacks, 0 excuses. BTCC.com delivers when others don't. Trade Bitcoin up to 500 times, even Tesla, gold, and Forex. With smart copy trading, you don't just watch the pros, you trade like them. Regulated in the USA, Canada, and Europe, trusted by 6.8 million traders. Trader TV Live exclusive, scan the QR code or click the link in the description box for a 15% deposit bonus. BTCC.com, where the pros trade, and now so can you. All right, so oh boy, what a technical breakout on Nvidia, man. Bit of a miss on my part. I was watching this one over the past couple of weeks, but when it finally came in on the day today, I did not have any piece of it. But you can see here, this reminds me a lot of that Google 200 push, that Apple I think Apple also 200 push just a few weeks ago as well. So those consolidation breakouts, we've been seeing them happen more and more often in this market, pushing its fresh all-time highs, and we saw it once again today through that 184 and some change. What was that high? That was 184.55 prior highs right here. You can see the shelf that's been forming since about July 20, at the end of July 2025. That was just a few months ago. So finally getting that breakout. The question now becomes, Sean, can we effectively hold that 184 and then continue higher on a bigger time frame? But intraday, oh boy, we saw Sean have it. That was the trade today. Prior day high breakout, 184 is all-time high breakout, 184 halves, and then 185 is the size that went through. The largest volume candle on the day is through that 185. And since then, guess what, guys? We have not been able to break back down. So holding a nice consolidation within the upper quartile of today's range on Nvidia, this is looking really, really strong. I don't know. Soon we might see that 200 mark, man. Who knows?
All right, guys, let's go on to the next one over here. Robinhood. What a fantastic last couple of days it has been for HOOD, up another 2% today. There's really no new catalyst on this one other than to say Vlad Tena very happy with the event contracts option that he's put on the platform. He's saying 4 billion traded since inception. It's going to add about an annualized revenue rate exceeding, guys, $200 million a year. Separately, the company is exploring international expansion. We know that they started on this side of the border with the acquisition of the Kevin O'Leary linked SoFi, guys. So Robinhood, another 2%.
Yeah, look, I mean, I don't know. We, again, around here, Robinhood is a very, very common talk. And I am just very, very impressed. And we had said this earlier today that you may want to take a little off the top here. I mean, I just think this is such an extension right now. Like yesterday we were at 123. Today we're at 139 as Robinhood just continues to outshine the competition. We have Webull going to the downside today. We have SoFi also going to the downside. Both of these names look like they're being dwarfed right now by Robinhood. So it's funny, I got someone message me a couple weeks ago and asked me about this exact name, and I told him the same thing. I thought it was overdone, and he's like, bro, these things are going to keep on going. This guy's in pharmaceuticals. It's nothing to do with stocks, just looking at momentum. And he also likes SoFi continue going as well, but it looks like it's Robinhood. Great move to the high side. You always want to look to see, like, some of these topping wicks right here tend to lead us back in just a little bit. I don't really see one here, but that is interesting to me. So I would just say, if I'm looking at Robinhood right now, I don't think I would push the long until we break that most recent high right now in this area. But if you can come down into here, the 50-period moving average, then that's a long. That's it. Like this 200 period, forget about it. But when you're going to look at a stock that was $35 in April and it's now September, so October 1st, let's just say tomorrow, you're getting quite the move up. April being the 4th month, October being the 10th month. So you're up here in not very long of a time, half a year, you've now quadded up. So yeah, more than that, 33, 66, quad is 4 times, right? Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. You got a problem with that, Joe?
All right. But 4 1/4, I think. Said quad up.
Nah, I'm just joking. I thought he said quadded up.
Is that like a quad up? Is that kind of like a squat up or like?
Yeah, I feel like I'm just creating like.
Okay, yeah, all right.
I'm happy that our squad is who it is right now. We got one of the strongest squads in the game. You are not going to find. I challenge everybody. Go find 5 better traders, or they're talking about the market live for you guys every single day. Go now, start now. But anyways, I will quad up with Robinhood, and I just think that I'm not even in the name, but it's been an absolutely monstrous trade, and I don't know what to do now other than wait for pullbacks. That's about as far as I know right now.
Yeah, it was definitely quadding up in the morning session. Let's say that. Bit of a miss on my part as well. Aggressive strength all day yesterday. Guess what? Coming in today,
quadrupled is the right way to say it.
Maybe.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, quadruple. I think that bid quadrupled as well off of the open there. But yeah, look, after hours high, even prior to close. Pre-market highs, you could have looked at anything and been like, okay, well, if buyers show up through this level, maybe it's worth a look, maybe it's worth a shot. And oh boy, did it definitely shoot up to the upside there. So 135s, 136s right off of the open, all the way up to a high of 142.45. And yeah, I was just talking to my buddy at the back about this one. I was just like, yeah, the move was in the morning. The reversion already happened. But guess what? Since about 10:30, this thing has been doing absolutely nothing. Absolutely bupkis, like Sharif likes to say. So about for 4 hours, this is just bupkis price action on Robinhood. But bigger picture, higher time frame, guess what? Leg, consolidation. I don't know. I'll definitely be watching this tomorrow for potential another extension leg up, maybe continuation as well. I think today's range is going to be important, looking for that continuation coming into Toronto. But oh boy, have we had some aggressive buying both yesterday and off of the open today. So when will it stop? No idea, but maybe with a little bit of market tailwind, maybe some sector tailwind as well, Robinhood can give us that 3-bar pattern on the daily here. So that's what I'm watching on Robinhood. It's great for continuation, I think.
It's funny to Dane Generous. I was making money with puts. Here it is in the chat. I was making money with puts at Robinhood 110. Need to rethink my life. Yeah, you show it down here. I want to make sure everybody gets into the chat. I mean, we have some great participants and some really funny stuff going on right there. Rethink life choices. Yeah, I think the Robinhood short right now is making a lot of people rethink their life choices. But we'll keep going on all of this. But I did want to talk a little bit about SoFi going in the opposite direction, as well as Webull. But we'll run through this right now. CoreWeave. Ooh. Let's go find out the story.
Big day today, Sean, as you know, for CoreWeave, up 12 1/5. A little bit off the highs on the back of this headline right here, inking a $14.2 billion deal with Meta, you guessed it, for AI and data center build out, essentially. So here's the deal. This is going to be a contract that runs through 2031, and it's going to give Meta a 1-year option an option to renew for 1 further year. And guys, specifically the GPU, the AI processor that's being spoken about here as part of this deal is a GB300. That is Nvidia's latest advanced AI GPU, which is not yet available to the market. So this gives you an idea that this will likely be starting in the second half at earliest of next year.
Just really enjoying, I'm just reading some of this right here. Thank you so much, Axe, right here. Please don't lose the positive vibes. Celebrate wins and analyze losers. Dude, your hype is the best show on trading ever. Thank you so much to all of you guys as I was just reviewing some stuff here on Twitter. Sticky Note Nation #1. I mean, thank you. So I don't do this enough. And look at all this. Trader TV is #1. So yeah, OpenDoor down. Okay, yeah, we'll look at that in a minute too. I'll like all those posts. So thank you everybody for your continued support. Obi and I and the whole team here really appreciates that. So we were talking about CoreWeave when I said when there was a when there was a rip today, and this story, of course, happens right at 8:30, breaks out, as Sharif had just mentioned. We waited for some dip buy opportunities, and I feel like we found them pretty good. We took that 140 break. You can see here on the daily, 140 looking pretty nice down here on the break. So that's what we took. It went upside. We got to 142 and change. So that was like $2. We were really cruising and loving life there again. And then it fell right back in, and we bought some more off the 21 period. That was good until it wasn't, and it broke. And then we got more at VWAP. Again, another really big trade, man. These are 138s, 137.50s. That's a 142.50. So again, in this world, like, it depends on what world you're in, right? Like, in this world, a $5 winner is enough. And so that's what I just wanted to say. Like, you know, when you're buying some down here at 137.50 and then you're getting out here at 142.50, like, these are all pretty good outs. And we're always waiting. I'm always trying to hold 20 to 30% for the dream. And unfortunately, in this case, we had to put our stop in. We went to the gym, and we put our stop in at 139.50. So we still wind up making about $1 and change, almost $2 on our last little piece. And we haven't really touched it since. But yeah, CoreWeave, again, a great trade. And I think it's going to continue to be like that. I mean, very aggressive, taking out some levels right now, just sort of justify the AI trade. It's one of those things. Sharif had mentioned this before. It's like, I give you $100 billion, you give it back to me, and it's just kind of an evolving cycle. But that's been happening with stocks forever, right? I mean, back in the day with Cisco and some of their routers and switches, things like that, selling them to Nortel, getting the money back. So there's lots of stuff that that's part of how it works in the tech business. But anyways, CoreWeave continues to prove all the haters wrong with another 12% update. So yay, CoreWeave, and let's go figure out what your opinion is on this. I think almost a backside trade maybe now.
Yeah, I think so. I think we talked about that push through that 140 in the morning session, and I was watching this pretty closely. I liked the long, but yeah, that reversion doesn't necessarily come in until I would say about the strong selling that starts to happen in and around 11 o'clock. Here you can see we've broken that morning trend as well. Absolutely beautiful continuation off of the open. We actually pretty much lick grab that VWAP area right off of the open. Yeah, sure, it's a little bit of a quick extension to the downside and then rip right back up. But that VWAP reload, that was nice as well. That pre-market high hold, if you want to call it that came in right at that 137 in and around 10 o'clock. So if you didn't have the push off of the open, it definitely gave you a little bit of a chance here to take another attempt at higher days. Didn't really go through it. False break or failure to follow through the high, break of the uptrend as well. Both factors, strong confluence for a bit of a reversion down into VWAP, which it's done, and now it's trying to go a little bit lower here on CoreWeave. But yeah, a lot of buying happening in the morning session coming into the open as well. But it seems like only stragglers are left on this one, Sean, as it starts to bleed and start to curl over a little bit, as again, distinctly different from the rest of the market. The market is pretty much back at its highs, pushing it a little bit higher. We saw what Nvidia is doing, holding up pretty well as well. But CoreWeave, maybe a little bit of a breather to back to the downside here. I'm looking at this consolidation low. That's coming in at 136.50s. We're currently trading at 136.79. So pretty close to coming into this breakdown here. So I'll continue watching this one, but great opportunities off of the open. A little bit of reversion for the backside as well, just into VWAP. So it was great opportunities for sure.
Perfect. Here comes SoFi. We're going to talk about the government shutdown after we're done all of this. What's up, SoFi?
Yeah, you're bang on, Sean, because that's one of the reasons that SoFi is down. Yeah, that looming government shutdown right now, which could result in a blackout of data, which could affect, obviously, the Fed Reserve's decision on interest rates, which is crucial for these financial companies. So speculates this article. Separately, we know yesterday, Morgan Stanley did raise the price target on SoFi to $18, but they still maintain that underweight rating. Since that high, guys, that we put in at 4 a.m. on the 22nd of September, that is the high into 30.75. We're down about 15.25%.
Oh, we got some out. Hey, what's up, everybody? We got some out of SoFi at 24 and then again at 29. So we did that on the show. We're obviously not feeling very good about getting out of our long at 24, right here when it was bouncing around it. We got out on the day that it ripped through it, which is fine. I think this was one of the earnings days. It went up to, I think, 24.50, came back in, and I was like, oh my God. And then it breaks high. excuse me, and then it breaks higher there through 24, all the way up through 30. Then we got out at 29 on the way back down after we maybe saw a 30 high. So I don't know. I still think we like the game here that's being played on SoFi, and that's going to be, I guess, a 50 period. I mean, the last time we saw that was all the way back in April, and we took it out. We tried to come back in there. We tried to come back in here, and now we're trying again. This seems like a little bit overdone to me to the downside. If this is worries about government shutdown and spending and maybe losing a little bit of money, these are all temporary relief. So again, Robinhood is different than SoFi. Robinhood's an app that we're all basically glamoring over right now. SoFi is an actual bank. They have SoFi Stadium. There's big sponsorship, a lot of money being spent by SoFi. I like the financials moving into our interest rate situation like we are right now into the cutting situation. I think SoFi can benefit from that. They do have a lot of customers as well, probably more than Robinhood, but I'd have to double check that. But I really like SoFi here, and I think it's time to buy. You're getting close to that time, $24, $25. So I think at the 50 period moving average, you're not going to go too wrong with SoFi. Take that advantage. Today was a huge move down. I just didn't see that coming. Breaking the pre-market bottom right there on SoFi was the trade today. But just talking long term, I don't think you can go wrong with some of these banks, especially a new one like this. So SoFi, I think, continues to work. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research on what the bull versus bear case is here. But I know I like the name, but I have lightened up on it for sure. Each year there is over 3.8 million concussions that are reported in the United States, yet there is still no FDA-approved treatment. There is NYSE listed Oragenics, which of course is symbol OGEN, and it is changing that with its first in-class intranasal drug designed for rapid brain access. There is over 8.9 billion market projection for the concussion treatment market, and Oragenics is very uniquely positioned to lead the way. Please scan that QR code, go to the link in our description to find out more about Oragenics. Anything you're thinking about here with regards to SoFi?
Yeah, I mean, so far, SoFi does not look so fine. So 25.70 is the day low, and if you've been watching this name for a little bit, we've been trending a little bit to the downside. We'll go to a higher time frame here. Let's go to the daily. You can see that we did kind of top out a little bit here at that 30.30, and we've been pulling back here for about 5 or 6 days. Obviously not every single day. We got a little bit of a green day here last Thursday, but overall the sentiment has been to the downside over the past roughly week or so on SoFi. So today we got more of the same, but with some relative volume coming in as well. So aggressive sellers coming in. Missed this one. Didn't really have it on my watch, but you can see that yesterday, Monday, pretty aggressive sell-off, and then bid kind of consolidating, not really doing too much. But coming in on the day today, prior day low. We've seen that this has been in a bit of a multi-day downtrend, a bit of a double bottom happening here as well. Oh boy, see, I didn't even see this. That makes it even better for the short. Day low from last Thursday, day low from Monday, that's yesterday, coming in at a little bit of a confluence at the $27 level. You can see we do consolidate there for about roughly about 10 minutes-ish, and then crack down a little bit lower. So I think that 27 was definitely a little bit of a decision zone for SoFi Technologies. And yeah, since then it's been kind of selling off and trading sideways. But yeah, the move. Once again, we're seeing a lot of the move that was a good opportunity happening in the morning session. Since then, we've just been kind of consolidating sideways.
We got a question here just quickly from 2NY, then we'll go back to Sharif, and then we'll do DPRO, and then we'll get out of here. Would you sell the majority of your HOOD if you were in on HOOD on this massive run up and invest in Bull or SoFi, right? So thank you, 2NY, and I actually answered the question right here. Yes, I already said that I would sell the Robinhood. I just think Robinhood, I don't want to sell it all. I'm just saying, like, if you were to get out of 50% of your position, if you still liked it, so I would say yes, but I would split it up 4 ways. Why not go, that meant to say HOOD, SoFi, Robinhood, so keep your money in Robinhood. So let's just say you have $1,000, take out 500 of it out, then put 250 in SoFi, put 250, this is not gonna work the math, put 170 in SoFi, 170 in Webull, and 170 in JP Morgan. That's what I would do if you still want to get some financial exposure. My biggest holding in the financial space by far is JPM. It's literally not even close. I have that and then some Canadian bank exposure that I've had for 20 years. So for me, it's definitely JP Morgan and SoFi and Robinhood and Webull. I think they can all work. And here's a little look at the Webull chart as well. So what you're getting today is you're getting a 3% bump in Robinhood. So you could take that 3%, put it into Webull. That's 8%. You're getting 5, -5 plus the 3. So you're kind of hoping that something changes here and the wind blows the other way for your trading. So I still like all of these plays, but there is always a risk, Obi, in switching from the strongest over to like a market leader into a lagger, right? So if Robinhood continues to fall down, probably Webull and SoFi will also fall down. So you just gotta make sure you like the space. But yeah, that's what I would be doing anyways, is splitting up, taking some money out, or you can also do this strategy, sit on the cash.
Yeah.
If you're worried about this government shutdown and you think the market's just running a little bit too hot right now, which I do, then yeah, sit on some of that cash and see what winds up happening over the next couple weeks. And all you're going to do is put it into, especially if you have a Robinhood account, you can put it into cash, which I think is 3.5%, 4%, 5%, depending on what tier you're in. So high yielding cash accounts right now, I think are worth something. So anyways, I'm not a CFA or a whatever you need to tell people what to do. I just manage my own money. So, back over to Sharif.
DPRO, guys, up 17.25% on this headline right here. They struck a deal with the U.S. Army for their Flex drone system. So under the initial order, Dragonfly, that's the name of the company, will deliver its Flex FPV drones designed for high-performance operations, as well as establish, or help establish, I should say, on-site manufacturing of these drones for U.S. Army operations overseas, as well as accelerate the deployment and to reduce the supply chain timelines. The company will also provide both flight and manufacturer training to enable Army personnel to sustain operations, and they will manage the logistics to ensure a secure supply chain practice. So we've been talking about these guys, drones, eVTOLs, they're all in focus. DPRO up 17.5%.
Yeah, a bit of a.
You go ahead. I mean, I don't trust any name that spells Dragonfly, D-R-A-G-A-N, like two A's in there. I thought Dragon's supposed to be with an O. So if they weren't able to acquire that name, then I'm.
And like, where does the Pro come from? That's another thing. It says like, is your full name Dragonfly Pro? I don't think so, because it's Dragonfly Inc. So Dragonfly, a little bit of an attempt at flying here, but it flew just as well as it's spelled dragon this morning. So nothing too crazy. $8 all the way up to $9.55. So yeah, decent opportunity, I would say. But nice little backside happening there as well. So a little bit of opportunity for both sides. The long, I guess, was there off of the open. Maybe some pre-market supports as well. That's where the bid kind of came in. And then big break of trend. It seems like supply is coming in and around the same areas over and over again, with a high of $9.55 currently, trading all the way back to the day's range low. As of right now, that range low is at $7.85. It's currently trading at $8.12. So not on my radar necessarily, but shout out to anybody who had any good trades on Dragonfly today on the day. So it wasn't on my radar, but it seems like it was very tradable, definitely in play, as it is doing some decent relative volume on whatever catalyst may have happened on this one today.
I just tweeted this out here because again, I just looked Ask Grok. During the 2018-2019 shutdown, 35 days, the S&P 500 surged 10%, and it gained during all 4 of the last extended shutdowns. So limited impact across stocks, bonds, and Forex markets. So that's from JP Morgan's analysis. So I just wanted to tweet that out there. There's obviously some comments on that, probably all bots. But at the end of the day, I don't think there's too much of a risk here. Just looking out there, it's a shutdown subtract just like 0.1 to 0.2 percentage points from GDP growth. So it's not a huge GDP issue there, as we talked about. Maybe some consumers not getting in there and buying as much as they may have in the past. But again, a 0.1 to 0.2 percentage point move. We saw GDP get reassessed 1%, and the market went up on that, but it wasn't a huge move anyways. Yeah, limited consumer and business disruptions. So if those disruptions last, but again, the 10% gain back in 2018, 2019, it tells me everything I need to know. But again, we're in a little bit of a different situation right now. That's sort of the bear case is that you get the data. I mean, I'm just reading what it says here, data blackouts. So, for example, we may not get the jobs report, if it's suspended for 30 days, you may not get the next job report either, which would hinder, of course, the Fed's ability to cut rates because they don't have the data, and they're supposed to be data dependent. So there's some sort of weighing in on that as well. So it's just really spending that we're worried about as people become less fluid, I guess. They don't have as much cash on hand. And there is a percentage of North American population, both in Canada and the US, that unfortunately, I mean, we probably know people that are living paycheck to paycheck. And when that check doesn't come in, it does at the end of the day affect your buying pattern. So, and then as far as regulatory and everything like that, it says the SEC and all that can operate at, minimal staff capacity. So we're not too worried about that. The last time, the furloughs of 800,000+ workers is a potential problem as Trump's, headed to that a little bit. But some of those cuts with Doge and whatnot have either already taken place or already included in that 800,000 number. So we'll see exactly where the ebbs and flows of this are. But there it is. Trump warns of irreversible. Maybe this is what Adair's going to talk about. Okay, so Trump warns of, here it is. I'll just show it to you then because Adair is not going to talk about it. This is on Polymarket right now, but there it is right now. Trump warns of irreversible consequences as shutdown chances reach 85% on Polymarket. So as some of these markets, we talked about Robinhood and Kalshi. Yeah. I believe Robinhood uses Kalshi for their odds. So I think that's there as well. But yeah, the Senate's pushing back. There's news here, man. Chuck Schumer, Democrat, obviously, very large differences. And here it is right here. The shutdown follow could hit jobs, IPOs, and food aid. So I think it affects many people, but not as much the market. I mean, it sucks when people can't receive the food stamps to pay their families. This is all, I get really emotional about this kind of stuff, especially when it involves kids and families. So I really just hope that this gets all resolved and resolved quickly. So let's go back over to Adair. She's got another story.
Yeah, Zillow is tanking, is what I was wanting to say here. Zed sharply to the downside. Keep an eye on RDFN here. Redfin as well. Bloomberg reporting that the FTC, I guess I can't pull up Redfin on this chart, but either way, keep an eye on Redfin and Zillow. Zillow sharply to the downside. FTC suing both of these companies, alleging that there was a pact to suppress competition. OpenDoor could be something to watch here as well, potentially in sympathy or antipathy. OPEN in a similar field as Zed, but Open a little bit weaker. Zillow, the main one to watch. FTC suing Zillow and Redfin due to allegations of a price suppression pact for their competition. Back to you.
Oh boy, that's.
But this is the Blue Jays hat, by the way. So this is their. Oh shoot, I forget. Connect hat that they wear. So we're out here supporting the Blue Jays, of which, of course, you can name easily two players, this guy and that guy.
This guy, that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you see how he was running the bases?
That guy or this guy?
I mean, the guy got struck out way too fast.
That guy's really fast runner.
Oh, he's...
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
But the other guy, not so fast.
No.
And then we have this one pitcher throws the ball pretty fast. Then we have another pitcher that throws it slow. So we have,
there's another guy who, I don't know if you know, fast, slow, and curves it.
Oh, there's the guy that curves it?
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
And then there's the guy that also has a changeup. So you got to be very, very careful. City Connect, that's what they're called. Yes, City Connect. So we're supporting the Blue Jays, and I think their first game is this weekend, Saturday or Sunday, depending on what happens with the Red Sox.
First official game of the season?
Yes. Okay. Yes. We are not in the playoffs. That's right. This is the beginning of the season, Obi.
Nice. Okay. So normally the season starts around this time? Yep.
Baseball is a summer sport.
Right.
So we're at the end of the season.
Okay, so that's why I was confused. I was like, I don't know.
Sometimes I don't know if you're being serious or not.
No, I'm being serious.
I'm trying to look directly into your soul.
I don't know.
I'm like, is Obi pulling my chain right now, thinking that baseball season's starting today?
No, you're right, though. You're right. Now that I think about it. You
were literally at a game, I think. Your very first Blue Jays game.
Yeah, because that's why I was so confused. I was like, wait, how are they starting? What, didn't they just have a bunch of games? I'm like, okay, maybe they just loop right away. I don't know. I don't know. How am I supposed to know these things, Sean?
I don't know, Obi. I mean,
I ask you.
Just look outside. I'm not sure how you're supposed to know these things, but
yeah,
there's a lot of.
That's what happens in Toronto. You look outside the window, and of course, a blue Jays. There's a dude.
But there's tons of Obi. If you turn on anybody that's living in a city that has a playoff team right now in baseball, I mean, it's like literally the number one news story. But it doesn't matter. Who cares?
What is interesting to me are some of these betting markets.
Right.
Sports betting, like even though like I'm realizing I might not have to know anything about sports and everything about market making in order to run some of these books.
Oh yeah, I mean that whole Kalshi and Polymarket. They also predicted the S&P 500 editions, things like that. I mean they're all over. You can bet at the most recent South Park. You watch South Park?
A few episodes here.
Yeah, this recent season episode 5, which aired last week, is all about predictive markets.
Really?
and they're actually making fun of Robinhood.
Yeah, that's
it's like
funny.
They're literally talking about all these kids are putting out different odds, and they're sitting at school betting it all and running the odds up and down. Anyways, it's really funny. Everybody should try to watch that. It's pretty funny. So South Park is crushing Trump every single episode. It's hilarious, but just all in good fun.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, check out South Park if you're into that stuff.
For sure.
All right, so UiPath and Amazon, you're still on the Amazon short
there.
there.
It's looking like it's close to stopping me out. That's fine.
And again, Amazon could be getting hit again on something like a government shutdown, could be again for retail side of things here, as we are now 85% on that. You know what I did want to talk about? Fannie and Freddie, because Fannie Mae.
How are they doing?
Not great.
I mean, bigger picture, they're still holding
Bigger
up now,
picture,
right?
I mean,
like I know both Mateo and Wayne were in this from like
you're dropping names.
A while.
I never drop their names, but okay.
No, what do you mean? We talk about them all the time.
Do we?
I mean, the chat knows about them.
Okay, good. All right.
You've definitely name dropped Mateo before, at the very least I remember off the top of my head, Sean.
About Fannie Mae, though?
About DocuSign.
Yeah, DocuSign, exactly. Yeah.
I'm saying the boys were talking about this. Like,
100%,
and I was like,
right.
oh
That's
boy,
why
what a trade they're in.
I've been talking about this front with them too, and the problem was that I wasn't able to get in because I tried to buy it in my registered account, but you could not down there. This was a Trump trade. This is one of the best Trump trades, period. I don't think you're actually.
I don't think there's been a better one.
Actually, I don't think there's been a better one.
Other than the market bid itself, but still, even that
it's
percentage.
Not even close to the market.
Yeah.
This is when Trump got elected, right here. Fannie Mae was $1.40. All right. The very next day, the whole market went ham. So even if you got this under $2, this went to 15. So it went 7x. And now finally pulling back. I said to Mateo and to Wayne that I would want to buy this on 50-period moving averages, and we almost got to it right there, and we didn't. That was about 950 or so. So this pull back in right now is coming back in. I think this is another lever that Trump could pull to bring some funds back into the government right there. But again, with government shutdown looming right now, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac coming back in. So this could be another one of those good take right there, and you'll be able to see it. But don't get this. This is basically just a government play right now. This is not something that I don't know enough about Fannie and Freddie, but if you're going to look over this because I've been trading pink sheets for a while, if you look over this on an extended period of time, this has been pretty hot garbage since 2007, 2008 when we had the housing crisis, and this basically went to zero, which is where the government had to step in and save the interest rate or Fannie and Freddie there with the bad debts and the loans, right? So this was basically left for absolutely nothing. It's low as 109, it's high as 1599. So you're talking about getting involved now. You could maybe, if this does come back, Ackman, talk about, I believe it was Bill Ackman, had a piece out basically as Trump was being elected and as he became your president, that Fannie Mae, he put a $30 price target on it. So yeah, back in, nice little bounce off right now in Fannie Mae, getting there back up to the upside. But home price growth in moderation there should help Fannie Mae. So what's up, Adara?
Yeah, thank you very much to our friends at BetaPro by Global X Canada, because we have exciting news for sophisticated Canadian traders. BetaPro by Global X Canada has just launched 6 new triple leveraged ETFs, offering 3 times bull and 3 times bear exposure to the S&P TSX 60. We've got semiconductors and U.S. Treasuries, but even better, they're offering a special fee rebate, dropping management fees to just 65 basis points until December 31st, 2025. These ETFs also employ currency hedging to seek to neutralize U.S. dollar exposure, providing performance that may more accurately reflect the underlying U.S. equity indices. So if you're a tactical sophisticated trader looking to amplify your performance, check out betapro.ca/3x daily. That's betapro.ca/3x daily to learn more. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much.
We just got out, I'll throw it over to Obi in a second. I just want to show everybody, we just got some more out of Nvidia. As it came back in, bounced off, came back to the 200 period moving average. So I'm actually going to change the colors, although it looks more green on here. The green is the 200, this position, this line right here, the, it's supposed to be like a gray. That's 21 period. I may get rid of that. I'm not using it exactly. I like it as, you know, a push, and you can see once it breaks that maybe it's a trend change, but that's kind of what I've been using the 50 period moving average for. So anyways, yeah, it's the green one right here that is the 200. I may make that even more green so it stands out even a little bit more, because on my screen it's a little different than it looks like on yours because we have the dimming set up right there. But okay, Obi, what do you want to talk about?
Nothing much, man. I'm just getting a little, I guess, got stopped out of that Amazon as it bid back up. You can see the market's pushing back up once again, but I mean, I still kind of like it, so I got right back in a little bit there. Did get slipped a little bit more than I thought I would. I thought I had my stop closer to 30s, and it hit me out just above 40. So I was like, all right, well, you know, that's some strength for sure. And what is that? Oh, okay, we flipped to a 30-minute chart. We don't want to do that. But yeah, no, so just being patient, have it tight as well in terms of a stop. So let's see if that potentially comes in. But if we're going to catch a little bit of a bid going into the end of the day, that's perfectly fine as well. You can see that Amazon's, again, similar story to a lot of the stocks that we've been covering. A lot of the aggressive move and the range has happened already in the morning session, and since then, pretty much a sideways consolidation, nothing too crazy overall happening. But you can see the market's been kind of dancing around within its opening range. We haven't gotten anywhere, but we've had to move to the downside. We've revisited the upside, revisited the downside. So pretty much kind of pinballing in range here on both the ES and the Nasdaq. The ES is trying to break out now a little bit here on that push, but let's see if we kind of trade back below this. What is that prior high? 67.18. So if we can get back below 67.18, maybe it's just an expanding range, and supply and demand are just coming in at wider points as time moves forward. But I don't know. Just a range nonetheless. So just watching that as of right now. Wow, Zillow Group. We know that that this was brought to us by Adara just a few minutes ago, and the FTC was suing both of these, and a bit of a reversion happening here. So I've had eyes on this for a potential continuation. I like the move on 75. But guess what? 75 holds really well, and we revert all the way back to 77.40s, which is VWAP as of right now. So nice reversion on Zillow Group there, but didn't really quite participate in that one, as again didn't really think it was going to revert like that right away. But sometimes it is what it is. Sometimes you get these intraday news events, and the market's just like, all right, no, we're just going to go back to doing what we were doing before, and the reversion is actually quite beautiful in that sense. But let's see what else is going on here. Micron taking a little bit of a dip to the downside. SMCI as well. Nvidia still holding. So yeah, I'm just looking at the chip basket right now, or my chip basket. Intel's been trading a little bit to the downside. We saw that AMD flush coming in off of the open, but trading sideways since then. TSM relatively strong, looking closer to that of Nvidia's price action on the day today. So decent stuff there when it comes to the chips. And Softy, oh boy. Softy coming into day highs as of right now. So about to print some fresh day highs on Microsoft. So that's really strong. And Tesla as well. Oh boy, I didn't see this one. Tesla is pretty much, it tested and broke out of its day high. And now we're kind of chopping around this 442s, 444 or 41s is the day high as of right now on Tesla. But other than that, I don't really have much else going on. Throw it up in the chat. What are you guys looking at? What are you guys trading? People in the chat saying gold. Let's see what gold has been up to. I know that gold, this pre-market had a bit of a sell-off. So let's see if that had any sort of continuation. This is the sell-off that I was talking about here. When was that? Yeah, that was 11, 12. Okay, yeah, so about around coming into midnight maybe. But yeah, decent recovery there, kind of holding that trend to the upside as we've seen gold do. And let's take a look at quickly. Was it? I think it was Barrick Gold? Yeah, Barrick Mining. That one was on my list today as well. Oh boy, so I was looking for a continuation. I saw this selling yesterday. It came up on my scanners last night, so I was looking for a potential continuation, and oh boy, we didn't continue through prior day low, but we did continue through some significant levels where we did step down from yesterday. So 33.50s day highs, and we've been kind of selling off and consolidating since then on Barrick Gold. So that's a good look on that one. Arun saying Lilly on fire today. Let's take a quick look at our friend Eli Lilly.
I think that's starting to go up on that government Trump RX.
Yeah.
What?
RX.
760?
760s. Yeah, look at that. I mean, this was when the news was? What's up, Adrian? Yes.
They got name dropped quite a lot there by Trump during the event. He said that, he really likes the company. It's a good company. He also said we're probably going to expect some announcements from them soon. He indicated they're going to lower their prices, basically to get along with the administration, more or less, to get along with this initiative of the Trump RX thing.
I mean, it's good.
I mean,
they're catching a bid on complying with the government.
Yeah, I mean, apparently also part of this Trump RX thing is also supposed to be the fact that they have, sorry about that. Random Scenes asking where you could pick one of these up. Unfortunately, we no longer sell these.
Oh boy, it's like they don't sell them at all.
They? Yeah, we. No, not the hat. These.
Oh, okay. I thought you were looking
at my hat. No, they sell these. They sell these. Yeah. We used to like. So I gave all the past hosts. I gave them out like it was candy. I don't know if you ever got one.
I don't think I ever got one.
Yeah, it was too bad.
I think they were done by the time I came.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So
they were long
stopped.
gone,
So basically, we're just a trading show, and unfortunately, it was just a little bit of work always dealing with these orders coming and going. So unfortunately, we have scrapped that. If someone wants to. I don't know. I don't want to start a new business here or anything like that, but maybe
I think that's great. Like, what if you could accumulate all the orders? Be like, all right, everybody, send in your orders. We're going to be doing orders at the end of the month or something like that. And
it's just part of the problem was just that we don't have enough manpower. That's really what it was. And dealing with the margins on all this, like one person returns one of them, and it's like.
No returns.
Yeah, no return. Yeah, maybe. It's the point of no return.
Yeah,
on that one.
Yeah.
Look, I was just going to say, actually, as we're still on Nvidia and it's doing fine, the name that we just dropped, I think Adair had mentioned it, you might have mentioned it as well, and it was Microsoft. And it's just like, it's starting to go again. I think Microsoft, especially with this EA deal announced, like Activision Blizzard is Microsoft. They took that out, right? So Activision Blizzard, I think, is that Call of Duty or Black Ops or one of those? I'm not sure. But as it continues, I thought you were a game.
Call of Duty. I am, but Call of Duty is not really, like, I have played Call of Duty.
Maybe it's not a big game anymore. I don't know what
No, it definitely is. I'm just trying to remember. I think it's Activision, but I just want to make sure.
Okay, yeah, no worries. They have the Xbox as well, going through their LinkedIn, just some Office 365, the Copilot here right now, and of course their deal with OpenAI, and hopefully being able to monetize part of that at one point if and when OpenAI ever becomes public. They did that $30 billion investment, I think 2.5 years ago, maybe. I don't know if it was that long ago. But they'll look to realize some gains on that. And obviously, you've seen the way Microsoft reacted off of that tariff. Like, this does not even look like a stock. It just looks, or not like a multi-trillion-dollar company, the way that this thing just appreciated, and now you're getting a little bit of a pullback, but you've been holding this 50-period moving average, and this break right now of 520, oh boy, I really like that look right here for Softy. Getting this garbage out of here, and I say that all the time, and we got some questions on the chat about this, which is why I'm talking about it. Like, all of this, forget about, this is uncertainty here, went through earnings, had to pull back in, definitely looks like it found a base, and right now, looking to break above 520, this could be the next purchase right now. We bought Nvidia on dips, which now is working. I'm not scalping out of any of this, so it could also be a loser, but this is not a horrible situation right here. Not going to be affected, and I keep talking about government shutdown, but again, that's just on our mind because it's an active talk right now. This is not going to be affected by that. And then Azure continues to grow. Like, it's one of, I think it was 24% growth or something last quarter for Azure, and that is their cloud business. So yeah, Microsoft looks like it continues to win. I don't know if there's a story today on it or not, but it's up 0.61, market's flat. I really like Microsoft here, and I'm a big holder of the stock, and I like to get more. I don't think there's anything wrong with averaging up into great companies like Microsoft. I don't know if you have any opinions on Microsoft right there, but $75 billion in cash is what they're holding.
Yeah,
So,
I think
you're
they're
gaining
great.
interest on that money every day as well. Not that that matters, but they
No,
are.
I think we spoke on this last time I was here. We were talking about like long-term investing. Like what would rejected orders? What?
Oh, you want?
Never
I
mind.
can let
No,
you
that's
do.
fine. That's okay. We talked about like investing
What's its P?
and buying things that you use and that you like. And Microsoft, if you've ever used a computer,
Never
if
have.
you guys didn't know,
Oh, okay.
Microsoft is.
Is that what these things are connected to computers?
I mean, I don't
PCs?
know if this is probably from Dell or someone.
Oh no, but your keyboard's not actually connected. That's just a prop.
Oh yeah, of course.
Just keep
It's a
pretending.
prop. It's a
Keep
prop
pretending
floor.
to make
Come
trades.
on. We knew this when we were coming in. It's a prop floor.
Yeah, we did.
I'm joking.
33. Anyways, keep going. 33 PE.
Yeah.
It's not great. Maybe we'll wait a minute.
Oh boy. All right.
We've got-
So I think we have some breaking news.
Power hour.
We got some breaking news with the day.
We've got breaking news.
Oh boy.
From a day.
Nice little
with a
pop
day.
here for Target with volume. Fox Business apparently flagging this one as a potentially a possible takeover target. So keep an eye here in TGT. Back to you.
Yeah, I like Target actually, and if it's a target of an acquisition,
Yeah.
it's getting absolutely crushed. Look, we saw what happened when EA Sports had their realistic talk of a buyout. Thing halted, went up 10%. Now the buyout is for real on EA Sports. But with Target getting that word coming in now, I would think this is a very, very depressed stock. It's not a horrible idea that somebody, whether or not it's a takeout candidate, whether or not it's an activist stepping in here, there needs to be management change, because if you're looking at Walmart, you're looking at Costco, Costco's a little bit on the way down as well, but you're looking at all these names and wondering like, what's up with that? Well, don't look at Target. I mean, Target v. Walmart, it's not even a thing. And every time we're in the States, my daughter and wife are like enamored, love Target. They love some of the deals that they've made. I think they had one with Ulta Beauty. I think they might have got rid. I don't want to show the split there. But Walmart looks like this and Target looks the way it does. So I still feel like has to be some love for TGT, and thanks for that story, Adara. Maybe there is a breakout potential right now in this name. It's not even back to where it was today yet at open. So I think in order for this thing to really get going, maybe we take out this day high of $89 where we opened up at. So we can continue to watch Target, but thanks for that quick little update there, Adara. And then Costco, I think it was even downgraded off of their earnings. Yeah, now down to 929. This kind of looks like it's catching a falling knife a little bit, although today up 1.3% finally gives you that one candle to the upside. But Costco, another name, Obi, that's getting lower instead of the other way around. So retail is not the strongest right now, and I just feel that that's the case. And tonight we have Nike earnings coming. An expected report for Nike today is EPS of 27 cents on NK. Oops, that's a New York name. On Nike, they're looking for revenues of roughly $11 billion and the implied move of 9%. I'm not going to make a call on it, but it hasn't acted necessarily great. We did, whoopsies, I'm still on that ellipse. We got to get off of that. It hasn't really acted great off of that last earnings report. I mean, it's gone back to the upside, and right now you're at risk of closing that gap again. So Nike could be on its way a little lower here into 55.50 area. If they miss, it's a 9% expected move. So $70, take away 10%, that's 63, 62 bucks, right back into where we need to go. So I think it's a buy if we can get back into there, but if it's back into there, things aren't going right for NKE. So watch out for them coming through tonight. And yeah, good point there, Eduardo. Yeah, Target does. That's why I like Target. They do pay a nice dividend. That dividend's probably like 5 or 6, 7% right now. So if you like the name and you want to sit around in it, fine. But yeah, just be wary of that. And then if you guys know of any good websites to show you historical PEs, I guess I can try to Google it as well. But I do want to look up what the historical PE of Microsoft is over the last 10 years. Because 33 seems expensive to me. Market PE right now of about 24, 25, I think the S&P 500. So just watch out for that one. But yeah, Target right now, that might be the one to watch. Moving forward, as there it goes, a nice little bounce higher there on takeover rumor potentially for TGT.
Yeah, I'm just I'm watching that Target as well, and I think there's a couple people in the chat. They were like, "Oh, Sean Obi, how can you guys not even be talking about Bloom Energy?" Well, here you go. We're talking about Bloom Energy now. I mean, it's going crazy. It's up on the day. There's no doubt about it. It's done a decent move in the past couple of hours, about 18, almost 19% the past couple of hours. So thank you for pointing that out. Bit of a push on a higher time frame. It would seem definitely missed my radar here. But yeah, are these all-time highs? Oh boy, Bloom Energy potentially. Let's just go to a higher time frame real quick and see on the monthly. Oh boy, yes, those are definitely all-time highs here as we push in a little bit higher. So that shelf kind of made at 87. So currently trading at 83.35s with this aggressive strength. So yeah, looking pretty decent. Shout out to anybody who had this long. I definitely kind of missed that there. But yeah, I think when you do even see it later, like I'll be looking at this something like up here at 78s and be like, all right, this is probably done. But look at the extension this has had, man. Absolutely crazy. Almost 20% intraday move on Bloom Energy. Now, again, there's a few stocks that can kind of do similar things. There goes Target continuing to the upside. Target is now breaking its high a day, 89.29s on Target there, Sean.
Oh, it did break 89.
Yeah, it did. It did get in. We got a super chat right here, so thank you very much to Video News. Saying I acted on Adara's Z News within 15 seconds and made double my daily goal. Best team ever. Thank you very much. Yes, definitely. Shout out to Adara. She definitely has it. We'll bring it to you here first. We're doing it live, and we bring it to here first. And yeah, a lot of times, even sometimes I miss sitting like near the studio because I remember when the floor was still here. Someone would call it the news, and we would definitely be some of the first people to know, even before the squawk as well. So yeah, good stuff there. Yeah, thanks. Congrats, Video News, on the double daily goal there. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's always nice to see all that kind of stuff. So again, thanks to Dara, thanks everybody for doing that. And the stock was
Zillow.
So let's have a quick little look to see what Zillow's doing right there.
Conversion. Yeah, it came right back.
Tough day beyond. There it is. Yeah, there's the breakdown right there. So this must have been the move Video News was talking about. Bang, bang. Nice move there. And again, you want to try to get out. And I mean, honestly, man, just reacting to this target news. I mean, we were talking about this at 88.20. You know, you could have doubled your daily goal. You could have made your monthly goal. Just take 1,000 shares long, whatever, make 60 cents, that would have been $600. That could be your daily goal right there. So, yeah, thanks to Dara for Target. I mean, again, potential buyout situation there for Target. So we like it. Yeah, the Eli Lilly story is pretty interesting to me. This is what's been happening across the board today, right? So if you're going to look, I mean, with here, the Nasdaq right now, 0.1, ES 0.13. So pretty flat market overall today. But there's some strength, right? And as we talk about Trump RX, gonna look what that did to the space. I mean, one of the ETFs that I'm in is XBI. We've been talking about XBI probably for a year or so now, and I don't remember the last time we talked about it. I haven't been buying it recently, but it's in the account. There's Pfizer, good deal with them. So that Trump RX now being talked about with Pfizer and sort of the connection there. So let's just wait to see if Pfizer continues to go. Pfizer's been in a little bit of a slump, and we can double check that stock in a minute. Eli Lilly, again, as Adara mentioned, a lot of positive talk during the presser with Trump about Eli Lilly. So doing good things, making a lot of their drugs stateside. So that's going to appease the president as it should, as well as there's that tariff being put on companies that are making drugs outside of the United States and bringing them in, which again, makes perfect sense to me. The tech space today getting hit again. Look at Oracle, man. What the hell is wrong with that name, honestly? Oracle just continues to go lower. Google lower. Meta lower. Microsoft, the one that we want to talk about. I'm going to ask Brian Shannon about Microsoft. I know he tweeted something out about a potential breakout on Softy as well. So we'll wait for that. Nice to see Palantir and IBM up today. Netflix down. We had the Netflix story the last couple of days about Netflix losing a little bit of steam there because a certain percentage, of course, of their, let's look at Salesforce. Netflix losing some steam there as President Trump talked about tariffing or taxing and tariffing, whatever you want to use the word there, on foreign films. So we're going to, I just wonder where if you film half of your movie in Italy and the other half in New York, is it?
Quarter.
Quarter.
I don't know.
You answer that the way Trump answers it. I think he thinks about it and just gives something out right there. So
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
What comes to
in
my
that
mind
situation,
first?
Obi,
Quarter.
35%.
35%.
Quarter on that one. If it's
That's
filmed
usually what I do.
half in Brussels, half in quarter in Italy, quarter in the United States, 75%.
Oh,
Something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I think they just have a numbers guy, and they just throw problems at him, and he throws numbers back, and that's kind of how it rolls. I think.
I think you're right about that. I mean, even that whole thing with Kenvue and autism, he kept on dropping these random stats. He kept on going. I think that's true.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Adair's asking which?
People in the chat are asking.
Are we going to have?
Oh, if we're going to have
yes,
tariff on Trader TV. Oh, boy.
Yeah, sorry about that. I missed that, Andre. Andre looking for a raise. He wants to put tariffs on the stream.
So I'll tell you the tariff. The tariff is that you have to pay your likes.
Yes.
The tariff is that you have to pay your likes. So you guys
want the likes.
You guys want a tariff?
Yes.
Pay your likes, and
5,000.
If you don't do that by the end of the month, then you're going to have to subscribe. So.
I'm gonna assume that's not right, but this could be right. We didn't even ask for likes and subscribes yet, right? 368. Come on, guys.
Oh, come on.
We may have to apply tariff on the stream. If Ramin was here, she would just turn the stream off, but she's not here right now. So, hit the like, hit the subscribe. If every single one of you, there we go. Oh, she showed Andre how to do that. But there we go now. So we're already getting some more likes right now. Yeah, that's the tariff right there. So, let's get going on that one. And then we'll talk more about some of the stocks. It's 3:10 right now. We'll see if we can get into something. I'm still in Nvidia. Maybe we'll talk about that position when we get back from Madeira.
Yeah, just keep an eye here on this market. We're getting more talk here on a potential shutdown from Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, saying that the House Speaker, Mike Johnson, ensured a shutdown by sending members home. Again, it seems increasingly likely that the government shutdown will take place, given comments we heard from Donald Trump, president of the U.S. earlier, and we're now also hearing from Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. Back to you.
That was just straight fugazi, like that, straight up. Yeah, of course it was.
I don't know. I'm not sure. He was. I mean, he was like, I think Amish people, they don't take Tylenol. They don't have autism. Do Amish people have autism?
Yeah.
I think. Obi, can you confirm that? Or
yeah, of course. Let me just.
No, I think there's probably some truth.
My Amish
Look,
book.
We're not doctors, and nor are we scientists that are proving or disproving any of that kind of stuff.
Scientist.
But again, everybody's able to take their own medicine. A good form of medicine, potentially. We haven't looked at MSOS yet today.
Oh, yeah, there you go. There's some medication I can get with.
Okay, that got Obi excited there, boy.
I'm excited.
Okay, that's a medication you can get with. Okay.
Of course.
All right, here we go. Get those ratings up now. Hit those like buttons.
That like button better be real high next time I check it.
Yeah, it better be, Obi. Let's look at MSOS. Yesterday we had that move higher there, and then I was saying the same kind of thing. Like, I think you want to wait until you break out of this range. Right? Because yesterday we had to move from $4 up to $5, and now you're back into 480 again. So, yeah, this move is fading just a little bit back into $4. That's going to be your 50-period moving average, and the 200 is down here as well, 325 and change. So, I would just say watch out for this. Tilray probably also to the downside. Again, as there was more talk yesterday about YCBD. That was a good name yesterday. So that's another down 7%. YCBD. This was a name yesterday, probably down equivalent. I don't know, let's have a quick look. Down 17% today. So just be careful, man. I mean, these companies definitely don't make any money. And I don't know who's leading the way here. And before we get carried away with the talk and all this, I would say just do your own research on to who the market leaders are and what exactly will pop with any news about reclassification of marijuana and cannabis and some of that stuff. So again, what goes up sometimes can fall down, and today YCBD, MSOS, and Tilray all retracing back to the downside. We haven't looked at Apple at all today, and
it's not been doing much, man.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it's pretty flat there underneath VWAP. It's really been respecting VWAP there this afternoon. We got some hits there off of it. Would have been a nice little move to the downside, and we tried to get back going again. See, I made that 200 period more green. I really like the 200 period, especially off, excuse me, man, I got just chugged some water there, especially off the open. So that bounced again. Okay, Republicans now have until midnight to get serious on healthcare. I'm not even sure who said that, but it just happened there in my ear right now. So it is looking more and more like, of course, we are getting that shutdown coming tonight. I believe it's midnight, right? So target with the bio, it's up to 89 and change. Let's go through some names. Put some names in the chat. I'm going to just look over here to see what's going on our board. So this is our visualizer. We haven't refreshed it in a while. We can look at Tesla. I'm just trying to look at like some of the things that are happening here, like 0.4 for Tesla. I'm in the Nvidia trade. It's fallen back in now, Nvidia, as has the whole market, but we're pretty light on that trade now, so it's kind of like ho-humming it right now for that trade. There's your BE. We talked about that. Someone said, why aren't you talking about Bloom Energy? You sort of covered that. Yep. Big Bear AI, 650. I like that level for Big Bear AI. I think it gets a little bit lower, BBAI, wherever that went. I think that can get into the 50 period moving average. So here's BBAI. I just want to go over, because we did get that question yesterday about Big Bear, and I had said that maybe, yeah, so we're getting close. So I would say it's worth a buy now. We did get that move up to 670 today. Getting a little bit of Big Bear AI here on a daily makes a little bit of sense. And we wait for more contracts. They're not making any money. So you're going to get, news of a contract, which is what sparked this there with the Navy. So that was good. Some Palantir-esque business happening there. And then we'll figure out if they can get some more government contracts. And then, again, we know that they're big into airports as well. So we'll have to wait to see if Big Bear can get going. I would love to see them push a positive number out, EPS. I don't know if that's going to happen. And if it does, then if you're not in, then I don't know what's going to happen. This name does have quite a decent short float. I think it was in and around 30%, BBAI. And just stay here for 1 second. We just got more long. Our out on Nvidia is breaking 185. So that is imminent right now. If it breaks 180 here. Well, we'll check this out in a minute. Here's Nvidia. We just got some more shares. We're not going to give the day away or anything like that, but we just got long. We're long at 185.16, so we'll take a 16-cent haircut here. But actually wrong. My stop is at 184.90. So we actually need a break of that and then a little bit of a continuation before we get stopped out. So we average into this one as the market's coming back in right now, and we are now 45 minutes away, obviously, from Nike earnings and from the close of this market. And then we'll hear about the shutdown. And if the shutdown's something serious, then yeah, people are a little bit nervous about some of these plays. And you take money out where money lies. And right now, the tech space is where there's a lot of money lying around. So there it is. Nice little move back up. I just put an offer to get a little bit more out. Our last buy right there for Nvidia was literally right there at 10s. So we'll go 10 to 20, 10 to 22s we'll go, and then we'll see if we can get some more out on the upside. 185.25, and then hopefully VWAP, which is 36s. Let's put 10% out right now in and around there, and we'll see if we can get a little bit higher now for Nvidia. But the Big Bear AI trade is still the same kind of a talk here. There's the short float. It's a little bit less right now, 21. But here's their PEs, nothing. And then let me just go over to their calendar and we'll find out when their earnings are. They're always late. So I'm going to say probably late November. There it is, November 4th, actually. So not too far away, about a month away, and we'll get that. Look at their last EPS, minus 49 cents. So it was not great against an estimation of 6. So yeah, it's not fantastic over there for Big Bear AI, looking for them to turn a profit at some point. And when they do, I think it's all good. There's our 25s right there, by the way. So it's another 15 cents on Nvidia. All we're doing right now is stacking, man. It's like stacks on stacks on stacks. Like here it goes again. Let's see if we can get something else out here at 30. There it is. And we have a 32 fill waiting for us as well in and around VWAP. So we'll see if we could take that out. I don't know if people are learning anything with the trading that I'm doing or whatever, but we just came into 185. I like the stock. I like the name. We buy those dips, and we have a very conservative out breaking back down below. So we're getting higher up here right now, and it's been by a couple of decent trades. Obi, you want to find out who's making money around this place?
I have no idea. Who is?
Do you want to find out?
Sure.
Then let's do it. It's called Who's Making Money at Real Trading.
Hey-o.
So we have tip, right? You have access.
Oh, yeah. I saw this morning. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay, I haven't looked at it yet. So you go into tip right now.
I thought we were looking at current, like, full company blotter. I was like,
yeah. I may or may not have access to that, so we're not going to show that. Oh, God, I got to reactivate this. I got to reopen this. Okay. If you don't click, so you have to click on a certain thing, and it only basically lasts for a little bit of time. So here it is right now. All right, so here we go. These are the top 10 traders yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah. And these P&Ls are in USDs. So
yes, sir.
We may know this gentleman. Who knows?
Yeah.
We know some traders that trade in Canada. So there it is right now. Shout out to, we have offices and traders located all throughout Canada that obviously trade the local market. And you can trade right now we can trade the Dubai market here at Real Trading. We can trade the Brazilian market. Yep. It doesn't matter where you're located, is what I'm getting at. But we do have access to over 60 markets here at Real Trading, including Forex, all of that. Anyways. These are the markets that the top traders have traded, and this is the money that they made. So there's quite a drop-off from 4 to 5 here, I noticed. Yeah. But New York, Nasdaq, Amex, whoever came in 5th still. I mean, look, if you're making $5,500 US on any day, I consider that a great day, that's for sure. I mean, that could be a month, right, depending on what your expenses are. Amex, Chicago, Nasdaq, New York, there's Canada again. It's nothing too fancy. I was hoping that we would get different markets in here, and sometimes we get top traders based on markets. So Hong Kong, there it is. Someone in Hong Kong, someone in the OTC market yesterday made $1,600. So congratulations to that. Names like Tencent, Roche, Adidas, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Didi, Luckin Coffee located over there as well. But those are some markets giving you some, and then Hong Kong market as well. That's money here at Real Trading. And depending on how many shares you took, you might have just made a couple grand here on Nvidia, because there's the dip buy into 185. Now it's at 185.35. We're calling that a little bit of a winner right here. And it's another one on Intel. It was a good idea, and it was a cash cow. Now it's at 40, Obi.
Heyo.
You're welcome back any day, of course, Obi.
The market's running, man.
Yeah,
the market's ripping. ES fresh highs. Nasdaq's not quite there yet, but there's my stop out on the rest of my Amazon. So I did kind of, so like I said, I got stopped out, got right back in because I'm like, that's fine. I still really like this because I got stopped out, and then it just starts to stall. I'm like, all right, well, if you're going to stop me out, at least go. If it's not going to go, then I definitely still like the idea there. And stalls, pulls back in, and then I'm like, all right, well, here, clearly we're making higher lows, so I'm going to start covering a little aggressively. And then just a last little breadcrumb there, getting stopped out when we finally push past that prior high once again on Amazon. Where's the next trade? I'm still looking. We are very well into power hour right now. Yeah. It is at 3:20. Yeah, so we'll wait and see what we got in store here. Yeah, nice.
Oh, keep going, keep going.
I mean, this is just extending out. Working out. Yeah, it's working real well here. I'm looking for the next trade. I'm looking at potential plays, maybe going into the close as well. Is there anything that's trending aggressively? Well, there's one right in front of us. The SPY, the ES, is trending pretty aggressively going into the close. So the question becomes, I'm asking myself, I'm like, what are some of the constituents that are following in step with the SPY as of right now? So in terms of the top names, I don't really see too much that's aggressively pushing to its highs. Yeah, it's probably we got to check what the sectors are looking like. But I'm curious to know what's actually pulling the spider through its highs right now. But yeah, I'll have to look into some of the breakdowns there to see what sectors it could potentially be. But it could be anything. But let me know in the chat, what are you guys trading? Where's the next opportunity that you see? Right, I see the market bidding up like this, and I'm like, oh boy, we still have about 40 minutes left. Do I have time for reversion? Probably not. But yeah, so looking for potential breakouts and continuations. So Amazon, right? If the market's going to rip into the close, Amazon's been consolidating near its lows for pretty much the whole day. Nice little consolidative action with these clean highs, relatively speaking. So around 219 halves, 220s-ish is what I'm looking at for a potential push and a break. That 220 is definitely going to be distinct. If we can, for somehow we can kind of push above that 220 and hold sustainably, I like that even better. Let's see what else people are talking about here in the chat. TQs, of course, we're watching those. Pfizer up about 7%. Tesla probably pushing over 443 once again. Let's take a quick look at Tesla. Yeah, Tesla's near its the upper end of its range, but still not really looking as strong as some of these other stocks here. TSM pushing for its highs, so there's some stuff going on there. So TSM almost at its day highs, only about 6 pennies away from there. UiPath still trading much lower, well below that the opening range lows here on UiPath. So we're just going to wait until the close on that one. J&J, oh boy, all right. So maybe we got one here. J&J, of course, Target. Maybe that Target is going to be bid even more into the close. Maybe they're not done buying here on projected or potential buyout rumors here on Target. You can see we brought you the story at around 88s. How long ago was that? That was 257. That was about 30 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago. And we're trading at 90s right now. So 88s all the way to 90s. We had a bit of a consolidation at 89s as well. So that Target coming in real nice through the high a day break there on that one. Yeah, Amazon pushing up higher. So I'm glad I got out of that one there. Rigetti, I know I had that one on watch. RGTI right off of the open today, looking for strong selling coming in because we had strong sellers yesterday. I was just looking for more of the same. And guess what? We did not get that. So I did not participate in this one at all, even though I had borrowed shorts in the morning session. I think QUBT was another one that I borrowed shorts for. And yeah, I guess the short did come in pretty nicely. 1920 highs right there, kind of can't get past that prior day, end of day consolidation high area, and then catches that sell once again for a beautiful continuation on the quantum, some of the quantum names here on the day. So out of those ones, those were all the ones I had on watch. J&J, this one's been on a multi-day run, and all I had on the morning game plan for J&J today was just look for a VWAP bid. You can see that almost every day, one way or another, it somehow has managed to reclaim VWAP, revert back to VWAP, or catch a bid on VWAP, and then continue for the rest of the day. We're seeing more of the same, but today with a little bit more relative volume and with a little bit more range as well. So is this somewhat capitulatory? I have no idea, but I'm going to take a look at a higher time frame, and oh boy, look at this. These are all-time highs on J&J, Sean. So
what?
Yeah, these are all-time highs on J&J.
Oh.
Boom, right there it is. So I remember I had an alert, I think 110s I had an alert, funny enough, from a couple years ago being like, oh, if you're not, was it 110? I think so. I got to go back and check. But if you're not looking long, then what are you doing? So that kind of came in pretty nicely over the past few years here. Was it 110? I feel like that's way too far back, the 119.20s. I think somewhere around here in this consolidation over the past couple of years, I think I had an alert being like, oh, you have to be getting long on J&J here. Fortunately, didn't really listen to it. We're getting fresh all-time highs here. And why did I have that idea, you may ask? Well, it's because J&J is one of the stocks that technically, I guess, has been only going up. It's a stock that only goes up here. It consolidates for multiple years sometimes, but nonetheless catches a bid and then continues pretty nicely. One of the staple names, Johnson & Johnson, I would say a little too big to fail because they have their hands in pretty much everything. So good stuff there on J&J. Alpha Aura saying, where's that TGT news? I don't see it anywhere. Ronnie asking, whose shorts am I borrowing? I don't know. I don't know whose shorts they are, but sometimes I leave them to the side. Sometimes I put them on. I don't know.
$90 now for Target.
Oh, boy. Ooh.
Yeah, well, Adara brought us that story. Maybe we can throw to Adara and she could just double
Which
back.
story?
Just Target.
The Target?
Oh, yeah, so someone on Fox Business was speculating that they could be a takeover target. As far as I can tell from the comments I saw, pure speculation, nothing to back it up as of yet.
Ooh, so speculative bid. Interesting.
All right, well,
that's strength on speculation.
Talk
about positioning.
This was a nice $3 move straight to the upside. So again, reported there on Fox Business News and potential buyout candidate, I guess. So I think it's probably more of a, someone stepping in there like a Carl Icahn or like some sort of an activist that just has been so upset with the way management has crushed this name. And I feel like they just recently had a pretty new CEO there, I think. Or not, and they're looking to get, because wasn't his name Brian Cornell or something like that, I feel like, on Target. But anyways, huge downside move there. We'll figure out what that's going to happen there for TGT. Again, I like it, but it makes sense why it was them down. We had some weakness in the consumer, and we've seen other names get hit to the downside. They did not have a good quarter either. Too much inventory over there at Target. And I think they lost their deal with Ulta Beauty as well. So, okay, that's Target, but a nice move to the upside there. And I don't know, Obi, man. I mean,
oh my God,
it's hard to find $1, right? In the market, it feels like.
Is it?
I don't know. You tell me. I mean,
no. It depends on how and where you're looking.
I guess so, but I mean, this is a dollar right here on Nvidia, and we just put this on at 185.
Wow.
So it's up there up to 180.
You gotta teach me how to snipe these. Because like, look at that.
Apparently it's easy to find.
Like before as well, and then once again, on top of the 185. Dude.
Yeah, and then that's not even the biggest trade is these, these
yeah,
ones.
right there.
Yeah, so.
Like you only have 4 buys throughout the whole day. Dude.
And we have
this guy's a sniper out here. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
That's what it is. I appreciate
Absolutely crazy.
that.
I mean, I'm sitting right beside you.
Talk,
I'm seeing it happen. So it's like, what am I like? You know what I mean?
No, I appreciate you, Obi, for that. This is CoreWeave today. So we traded CoreWeave. We traded the futures today, which is at 103 right now. I was debating that's the level that we should be shorting it. So it's just futures snipe. Right, that's a snipe, right? We took that live on the air. The Nvidia won, and then the CoreWeave was actually pretty big. I mean, now Nvidia is the #1 stock for me today, but pretty much on that right there. There's nothing about it, man. It broke VWAP. We were trying to buy 185s, Obi. That's it, man. The 185 is the all-time high.
Yeah.
So it's not, my order was sitting there. We took it against us, came in, and that was it. So now we'll get that all figured out. Hopefully we can get back up to the upside. Look, one day doesn't make a good trader, which is why I try to prove this to you every day, right? So let's go back over and see what's going on with Adara.
Fed School will be the second Fed member today to sound some warning bells about how this shutdown could impact the Fed. He said that the CPI and the jobs reports are vital information for the Fed to have, and that not getting some info from the shutdown could and likely will impact the Fed. Fed's call-in made slightly less dire comments, but the same idea earlier today, saying that the Fed really does rely on this data, especially with regards to the jobs data from the BLS. And if the government does shut down, the Fed is likely to be impacted by not having this data. So again, Fed Goolsbee warning that, hey, if the shutdown happens, the Fed might be in a tricky situation when it comes to not having data that it needs. Back to you.
All right. I was trying to find out how many days this month we were negative. So once I can tell you it, I'll tell. Because I just feel like we are on one a little bit right now, so I just wanted to double check to see exactly how many days and whatever positive v negative this month. We had a huge month last month, and part of that was because we hit Klarna. What was that? It's KLAN. What's KLAR? Yeah, there it is. Thanks, Klarna. Let me find out what's going on with Klarna, because like some of these. Oh no, come on, guys. Some of these IPOs just, bleh. So there's that, there's StubHub as well, which has been, StubHub is 17. I mean, that came out at 23 or whatever that level was there. This is where it IPO'd, man, $25, down to 16, StubHub. The other one was Gemmy. We had Gemini Space Station. 24, that seems low too. $24. Like, these are the daily charts right down here. So that's also been pretty bad. Another recent one was Figma that recently came out as well. I apologize. It takes a minute for these daily charts to load up. Yeah, Figma down near the lows right now as well. Wow. There's been a lot of bad IPOs recently, man. All right. And, a name that's made, obviously a big difference in the account has been Palantir. And this name continues to do well. So people talking about it, they want to know if I think that 190 can play on Palantir. Come on. I mean, yeah, that's the new high there. But, sellout came. We did get that short report from Andrew Leff. And again, if we look from Citron, if we look again at what their P is, you don't want to look at that, but this is a growth name. So it's going to continue to extend through any sort of new contracts that they get, going to extend this name out. And, just with this more uncertainty in this world, I think Palantir continues to work. It's not a war machine by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, they do border control. There's a healthcare aspect to Palantir as well in hospitals using their foundry for patient analysis, but there is the U.S. Department of Defense, or what's it called now, Department of War, I think. amazing that they do have contracts with the military. So Palantir continues to be a really strong one. And Alex Karp, it feels no ways about talking about militarizing the company and just how important they are for accuracy, drone strikes, things like that. So I get that people may not be super excited to be invested in this, depending on where you lie. But yeah, definitely Palantir. I like the stock. What's up, Adara?
If it's Goolsby still commenting here, he's made a lot of points here about tariff inflation in the past and echoing some of those points here today, saying that really needs to see that these tariff-related inflation is going to be a one-time event and not persistent. If it does persist, though, that will have a negative impact on inflation. So some warning signs here about tariffs. Fed's Goolsby also just saying that holding Fed... Yeah, he's saying that holding rate steady as there's an increase in inflation is the equivalent of a cut. So it sounds like if he's seeing an increase here in rates and they're not hiking, he says that's just as good as cutting rates. So kind of hawkish comments coming from Goolsby, guys. Back to you.
So I just looked. All right, so I actually have 2 red days in my last 4. So we made money on the 24th, and then we lost less money than we made on the 25th. So we were still up 2 days in a row. Then so we lost money on the 24th, made it back on the 25th. Made money on the 24th, lost on the 25th, made money on the 26th, lost yesterday on the 29th, and now are making money today. So, and every day we lost, we made more the day before. Well, you're looking at my net now, so you can see right now and see. So, 4 red days this month, and today will be a nice. Yeah, there it is. And it's just the honesty, right? I mean, I don't have a problem telling you guys that. And Obi can see the days that I lost money, right? That number, that number, and that number, and you can see the numbers. Yeah.
You make it right back, or
Or I'm making more than I'm losing.
Yeah, you're losing
and it's not. And again, we don't talk about P&Ls like that because we all swing bigger and different, and we don't want to get anybody's all ruffled up. But the idea here is risk management.
Yes.
And I think that like your UI path, like you're not going to sit there and hold a $2 loser. Like you're going to get in, get out, assess. We can even talk about, we talk all day. Even this trade right here, that's 75 cents and I love doing these things with Obi. You know, he's just great guy, very honest guy. I told you my stop when we got this fill. I had said my stop was 184.89. You know, so that would have been 20 cents worth of risk. We just got filled at 186. That's 90 cents. You know, so when it goes up, we're taking 20 cents out at VWAP. That VWAP is 40s there, so that's even a better relationship there. And as it continues to go up, that is what it is. So there it goes, man. It's a nice move to the high side right there. And I see people talking about millions. The numbers that I'm talking about are not in the millions of dollars. Like, that would be insane to do stuff like that. I trade, and I talk about this all the time. I'm trading for income, you know, and so it's just like I'm trying to make enough money to, you know, call myself a professional trader, right? And so we obviously are trading on prop floor, so we have risk parameters that we have to deal with. And someone also actually said in the chat, they said something about how come we don't, or are there losers available on that top money list? And they're not. They're not posted there.
I'd like to see that. I'd love to see that as well.
Same. But I was going to say we have risk parameters. So generally speaking, if these numbers I'm showing Obi are averaging $200 a day, then my risk will let me lose pretty much 1.5 times what my average daily losses are. So I would be shut down from our risk department if I were to ever lose. If I were to ever lose $300. So the account, and you've heard Sharif, and again, the honesty's, you know, I mean, I don't know if you've ever been shut down, I don't know, but we've been talking about, I mean, you know, getting shut down is part of the game. It's not nothing to be
you guys watch
embarrassed
this
about.
You
Sharif will say, today I'm in simulation.
Yeah.
And it's just like sometimes the risk, and you get shut down and you lose, and then you're in simulation, and the simulation actually saves you from getting emotionally sort of attached to the net. Like, oh my God, I just lost $1,000. I got to make it back. And the next thing you know, then you're minus 1,200, minus 1,400, and then it starts to become a roller coaster. So I feel like if you're disciplined enough to put your own shutdowns in, that's great. Yep. Otherwise, it is also great to be on a prop floor where those are controlled. So. All right, just on Nvidia, we only have 30% left. I'm gonna take an opportunity to get out 5% more right now. So we do that right there at 70s, take a little bit more out as we are heading into only 10 more minutes until the imbalances are here. So yeah, starting to sort of feel out our way out of this market. I'm gonna be joined by Adara and Brian Shannon for your market recap show where we'll talk about Nike earnings. The only big ones that are on deck. We'll hear if there's more news about the government shutdown. I'll ask Brian what his opinions are on said shutdown. We'll talk about Intel today. We'll talk about Eli Lilly. We'll talk about some of the drug plays that we've all seen, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good. I think you got a super chat from Antonio.
What up,
if you want to take that one, he is asking you, Sean, can you explain your profit-taking approach? I have trouble setting targets. Have you ever back-tested your approach? So thank you, Antonio, for the super chat there. So his question is your profit-taking approach. He has trouble setting targets, and if you've back-tested your approach.
Well, there's 7 years of live trading data on the show. So to say that, have I back-tested it? No, I mean, I don't necessarily have a complicated system here. All I really do, Antonio, and thanks for bringing this up, Obi, and did you show it on the screen?
Which?
The super chat?
Oh, the super chat? No.
Okay, I always like to show it just to give people that. So here's Antonio. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, I mean, I just always think that you have to just play on support and resistance, right? My sticky note levels today, I wrote down Nvidia 185. And I mean, I'm just looking for that break. And then when it breaks, and I mean, if you rewind the tape again, and this is all live, so you can go back and watch me trading at 9:30, at 10 o'clock. When we took this fill, we talked about using the 50-period moving average as potentially our out. I like the 50-period moving average as a trend change. I just tend to, honestly, I'm always taking profit when I see that first little bump. So when you first get that little bit of an extension there, I always try to take some out. I don't really look at ratios of 1-to-1 or anything like that. I just try to take a feel on the stock and see what's happening, how far the extension has been out. I use the 200-period moving average as some levels as well. And then there's 185 again, and there's 185 again, basically. So when we came back in and tested some of those levels, this is VWAP. That's been a big thing for me to use in the past as well. And then whenever we go from, this is tested, like low of the day back into the 200 period. We love to get some out when that happens. There's the 50 period break. We're getting some more out there. But really, Antonio, it's just supply and supply zones, resistance zones, support and resistance as well, and just trying to play off of that. Like today, the TQQs, I like the short again. I like this to talk about the government shutdown. It seemed a little heavy to me today, the Nasdaq, so I really wanted to go short on that, so we did do that, and that started to pay out. And then the reason why I wrote down 103, we just looked at yesterday's areas for support and resistance, and that played as well in there today. So I'm just trying to like pick and choose some of the levels. And then again, you can find all the notes right here on the sticky note, which is available to you free every single day here at Trader TV Live, available to you at Trader TV Sean, and you can go back and look over and see what's going on. But generally speaking, I try not to be too smart about it. I just find support areas, resistance areas, and then news, right? Catalyst. Like I wrote down here UiPath and CoreWeave. They're the last notes on here because they hit right at 8:30. So I quickly added them. Your biggest trade today is Path. One of my biggest trades is CoreWeave. So we continue to sort of milk those trades and catalyst driven, and then support and resistance. And after that, man, I wish there was more I could tell you, but there isn't. So that's what I'm using, and I hope you guys can share some of your looks as well. Some traders use Fibonacci to get out, Fibonacci's to get in and out of trades.
Like I understand the math behind that stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'm just some of these indicators, man. I just have there's something about them. Something about them that's just it just seems so fugazi to me. Honestly, like I love fibs, don't get me wrong, but I think it's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Mm-hmm. I think that's what it is. Some of these indicators are very, very complicated, but I think you hit it right there. The most important for me as well are straight up going to be support and resistance zones, man. Yep. Support and resistance zones. Let the market, let the chart tell you what the levels are, let the chart tell you what the risk is, let the chart tell you what the potential trade is as well. So, you know, I think the chart literally speaks in volumes, and I think that's something to watch out for and something to listen to, and even for like trailing as well, man. Trust me, trailing is something that I'm trying to figure out as well. But I think like not necessarily. I might be a little bit different than other traders, but I don't necessarily like to have hard targets. My target is more price action, right? If I'm like, I like the long here, I'm getting involved with maybe a breakout. I'm just giving a random scenario. I'm getting involved with a consolidation breakout. I'm getting long. So my stop is going to be when the buyers stop, right? If the scalp is to be like, I'm going to get with the buyers, there is no target. The target is action. The target is price action. Right? If your entry is through price action, then you can have arbitrary targets. But if I'm like, I'm going to stick with this until the move is done, then price action should be your trail. So again, easy to say, much harder to do in real time. But in theory, I like to kind of lean towards that a little bit there. I like EMAs and I like moving averages as well. Anything that kind of dictates or defines trend, I like that a little bit as well. But yeah, no, great question there by Antonio. I think we got a couple more super chats here. Howard saying, I use spaghetti Alfredo. I've heard that one has some decent results as well. So thank you, Howard, for that one. I bet it works just as well as the Fibonacci's, to be honest. But Brett Roth, thank you for the super chat. What are your thoughts on RDW? Now, that's a name I haven't heard in a long, long time. Yeah, I can take a look at RDW.
What is that?
Redwire Corporation.
Oh, okay.
Here. So I know this one used to move around a little bit. I don't know how much volume this does on the daily. Okay, some decent volume. 5.34 million shares traded on a 30-day volume with a float of 102 million roughly and a market cap of just over 1.4 billion. So yeah, interesting stuff here. Don't really see anything on a shorter time frame right off the bat. Let's go higher and keep going higher until we see something of distinction. Okay, so a little bit of consolidation range since this strong earnings flush in August. So it seems like this range could be very interesting. $10, it couldn't get through $10. That's interesting to me as well. And a bit of an $8 hold. So right off the bat, Sean was just talking about the support and resistance is what shows up right away when we pull back and look a little left and zoom out. We see that $10 right there, consolidation. We see that we've been chopping in this range. So if we break this range with distinction and then hold, we could see maybe some more price traveling in that given direction. So that's my look there. But again, at the end of the day, it's all probabilities, and probabilities are ever changing, right? They change with every print. Sometimes they change with every tick. I have no idea, but that's my look on RDW. We'll be right back with some breaking news with Adair.
Keep an eye on CIVI, Civitas Resources. Bloomberg reporting that the company is reportedly exploring a potential sale. Permian Explorer, which is Civitas, they are Permian Explorer. Apparently, they're reportedly exploring a potential sale. Again, potential sale here for CIVI. One of many take private or deal-related headlines we've heard in the last week or so, and even today. Back to you.
The same thing with the Zillow. Like they're all over that.
I mean, Obi, you are wise beyond your years, my friend, over there. Yeah, he's just talking about here just some of these algos that are hitting some of these news stories. Like Adair just brought to you, there's been so many pops throughout the day today on various names. That that BE was another one. That Zillow was a story there where we cranked, boom, right down to the downside. A nice little $4 dump there on Zillow, creating some action there as well. I'm getting some more out of Nvidia. So we just remember, like, we have to trade a little bit differently because we are now just moments away, now exactly 3 minutes away until these imbalances come through. So right now, this is just all the ones that we get from our broker. So we're not able to see exactly, the Nasdaq ones yet. These are all New York, so on the New York Stock Exchange. And you could just quickly have a look here and just notice Pfizer with a big bid, right? I mean, Pfizer today on that, oopsies, switch it back over to size. There it is. So Pfizer again today, Good notes, obviously, from the president there as Trump RX choosing Pfizer there to distribute some drugs to come through at a much cheaper price. I have to get that complete story as it's been breaking pretty much all day, and we've been, on the show and looking for things. But there goes Pfizer with a nice upside play. So we can have a quick look to see if Pfizer is going to break tomorrow in and around this 26 area. That's going to be a great level. Pfizer hasn't done much all year, and even if you break that level, then you're coming back into here. This feels like a fade the pop kind of a situation there, but again, tricky name for sure. Pfizer looking to figure that one out. So that's what we're doing right now, and trying to get better as we go, of course. And I think that we're getting pretty close, man, to getting this all figured out right now. I'm just trying to get some orders out. You might be seeing me on Nvidia because we do have these imbalances that will come out, and we just got a few more outs. We're now 50 cents in the money there. Let me just zoom back in. I don't know if you're taking out UiPath or not before these imbalances, but there's a nice little bump up into 65 again for Nvidia. Nvidia will be on.
I've already mocked the rest of it. So.
Okay, so you want to explain what that is?
Yeah. Oh, market on close. So I'm taking the closing print. So I think somebody asked me what my plan on path was in the morning session, and I said I have an insignificant amount left, right? But I want to put in the reps to make the right decisions, right? I've already taken a decent chunk of the trade in the morning session, and I'm like, well, if this is going to continue to work, then I just want to leave on a piece just to put in that rep of being like, we just talked about trailing, right? We just talked about how trailing can be so difficult, right? Imagine getting into a position in the pre-market at 8:45 and being like, I'm not going to touch this until 4 o'clock, right? Obviously, it's nice. It looks nice to do on a chart, but the kind of patience and discipline and everything that's required, it obviously takes a little bit of work. But this is me doing my part in playing, putting in that rep and being like, even if it's a little bit, get comfortable with holding a bit into the close, because ideally on the stocks that work the way that UiPath did today, you want to capture as much of the move as possible. So I think that's my plan on path. So whatever the closing print will be, that's what I'll get to cover the last little bit here as well. Amazon getting chopped around, so nothing too crazy. Just waiting just a few more seconds, 15 seconds until these imbalances come out. So oh boy. Yeah, let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Trader Gibby with the super chat, so thank you very much, Trader Gibby, right here. So I'm a product of Toronto. Oh boy, there it is. There's a bit of a bid there.
Let's go right now. Yeah, nice little move there. Nvidia with a big buy, dude.
Hey, yo, yeah, look at that.
Look at that, man. We just take multiples out there right now. Let's take some more out. More outs now on this one, man. We are really enjoying this right there. There's the bump up on Nvidia. Look, sometimes it doesn't go for us, and sometimes it does. There it is, right there for Nvidia. The market on balance buy comes out, and I just think that was look, I'm going to say it was a smart play because I was in it, but we were also getting out there nervous about it. But it does make sense as Nvidia takes out all-time highs today. No surprise there. That boom goes the dynamite. Man, did we ever add to our net on this trade? That was a really good trade. I was not expecting it to go that high. Gloating or not, that was a really good pickup there at 185. Bring it back to 186.20. Let's go, man. We go perfect today. An absolute perfect day today. CoreWeave, the TQs, and now Nvidia. Good day to have on a Tuesday, right? Random Tuesday. But it is the close of the month right now. So there's also month end, quarter end, as well. Month end and quarter end, they can both be true. Right there, we have a lot of size on this imbalance locator, including Apple bid, Amazon bid. We can have a quick look to see what that did to Pfizer, not much. And then we got to go to Adair. So just quickly here, Amazon 220, nice little gain up there today. Amazon was down 3%, I think, at one point. And then Apple as well with a little bid back up to 254. All right, Miss Adara, what's up?
Another piece of news here related to acquisitions. OXY pushing to the upside. Berkshire Hathaway reportedly near a $10 billion deal to acquire Occidental's petrochemical unit. Now, if this goes through, this could be Berkshire's biggest acquisition or purchase since 2022. So again, Berkshire Hathaway reportedly set or near a $10 billion deal to acquire the petrochemical unit here from OXY. And back to you.
Slap it with 1 million shares and then just take it out on the offer seconds later.
We're just talking about how there's so much liquidity and so much opportunity here to trade these runners. Now it has come right back in on that, but there's the slap up all the way up to $49 there on Oxy, and then it just fell right back in again. So nice move there on Occidental on that story there. Berkshire looking to get involved. We know that Occidental has been a big name for BRK, right? And They dumped selling it a while ago, and Occidental is on its way back up. This is definitely one to be looked at, I would think, especially if there is. And I'm going to, again, finding out more about these stories as they go. But yeah, nice little whoops there. Wow, $34. This is on its way back up. So Occidental right there. That was that Buffett level there that we had talked about a couple times of 56 to 60 bucks that lost it. Then it was downside. Maybe now we're finally starting to gain some strength here in Occidental. It's not accidental.
No, it's not accidental that move happened.
No, because there was a big name that we know that some big traders have some big eyeballs on. So yeah, big trade
The market's
there.
ripping, dude. The market is ripping to the upside.
We're now $1.40 in the money.
Where's, I mean, I guess Nvidia. Do we have any? Oh, where's my NY? I don't have my NY balance locator here. I gotta check for it. I think it's around here somewhere.
New York?
My setup, yeah, my New York is. I guess my New York is missing. Oh boy. So let's see. You know what? It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. No. Nasdaq does nothing too crazy other than that Nvidia push. I'm not really seeing anything on MX either. But yeah, nothing too crazy. So just gonna be patient, watch into the close. Got that UI path that's running, and again, we talked about it in the morning, and it was like I think the sentiment already showed us a little bit of the path that it wanted to take in the pre-market session, and it's been on that journey since. But oh boy, wow, Apple coming in with a little bit of a bid. No real imbalance there, man. But this market is ripping to the upside as we speak. Triple sixes on the spider here as we push even higher. Oh boy, are we coming in with an aggressive bid coming into the close? We had a pretty aggressive sell coming into the open, a little bit of a reversion coming into the close. So the market, like all good things, apparently balances itself.
Balances itself, okay. Yeah, look, I mean, it's been a big market today and a good market. So
probably traders helping it along.
Yeah, well, these imbalances
that's our job.
Yeah, these I mean, I'm selling into this imbalance for Nvidia, so I'm not necessarily helping this story out at all. But yeah, look at this imbalance, or look at Nvidia as it's trying to make some moves here up to 186.70 right now. Wow, it is lifting right now, man. I mean, this is a trade that we're now $1.70 in the money on right now on Nvidia, as it just honestly just continues to go, man. So big trade alert, obviously here for NVDA, and it looks like it's going to continue. So again, like I hope some of you are hitting that. We just bought it off of 185, and then we got a little lucky here with the move higher as the market did start to explode on us, or up for us there. So nice move there with the imbalances. Let's go handle some talk here.
All right, guys, the Trade the Pool beat Ackman live trading competition is here. October 8th to 10th, every day, Ackman makes his move. Your mission, outperform him. Beat his return, prove you've got what it takes. Then, the grand finale on October 13th. Broadcast live on Trader TV. That's here with Trade the Pool team live in the studio. Over $600,000 in prizes are up for grabs. $25,000, $50,000, even $100,000 evaluation accounts, plus surprise giveaways during the live show. Don't just watch, compete. Be Ackman and win big. Scan the QR code and start trading today. That sounds like a lot of fun. He's going to be here with us on October the 13th. So that's going to be fun. I don't know how many people are beating Ackman. Good luck with that, but I'm definitely going to be one trying for sure. 220s coming back in here on the Zon. I guess the market caught a little bit of a bid going into the close as well. Meta saying things films in the chat. So let's take a quick look at that. Where are my charts at? Okay, so sometimes when the windows get a little lost, you can get a little confusing there. So let's take a quick look at what Meta is up to. Meta here. Meta actually sold off pretty aggressively and held that for a majority of the day. Sure, we're catching a bit of a bid. Look at that breakout. So right there, there was the opportunity on Meta.
How much are we down still
consolidation. Today? How much are we down still today? Off of the open, we are down.
So we're down 0.87 on
about 1%, yeah. Off of the open, which is roughly the same as prior day's close. So, oh boy, yeah. So a nice little breakout on that one, but it only gave you a couple dollars on something like a Meta. So yeah, quick scalp happening there. Oh boy, what's happening with Path? What Path's up to? Pat's still kind of consolidating at its lows there. Honestly, when I saw this push, I'm like, we're probably going to see this reference low within the next couple of days. I didn't expect us to get $1 away from Catalyst reference lows on the same day today. So that was absolutely blessed, and that came in pretty nicely here on the day as well. So shout out to UiPath for I guess getting me a little bit lucky today on the move. As you can see, there's other stocks that are clearly ripping to the upside. UiPath chose to take its own path today. There you go. I was waiting for that. All right, so hopefully you guys have had a great day there. I don't have any more trades on except for the path, which I've already sent an order in for the market on close to give us a print. So that's gonna be interesting. I'm curious to know what it'll print. Opening print was $15.18. The pre-market high was $16.02. The current day low is sitting at $13.35. So I'm curious to know, do we print even lower? Do we print around this range or anywhere else? So nothing insignificant, pretty much insignificant, nothing too special, other than just me being curious as to where it could potentially print. But on the day today, the SPY is closing up pretty aggressively, and so is the Nasdaq. So I'm watching that as well. Beginning of the week was a little bit shaky with some selling, but it seems like we're coming in pretty strong once again here, Sean.
All right, I'm gonna go set up. So I'll give you this for one more minute. Join us on the market recap show. Nike earnings, Obi. Look at the Nike chart and see what you think.
Yeah, okay. I'll take a quick look at Nike right before the close here and see what that's up to. NKE. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if it'll just do it on the earnings report. You can see the volume increasing as we push into the close. There's only 1 minute left, guys. So yeah, there's only 1 minute left. Make sure if you can't trade after the close, you are watching your positions going into it as well. So yeah, $70 bit of a test there on Nike. Let's take a look at a higher time frame and see how we're coming into this here on the weekly. Quick look, take that VWAP out of the way. It seems like we've been downtrending, so bigger picture downtrend on Nike. We're trading here around 69.70s as of right now, going into the close, into earnings. So we shall see what happens here as of right now. So yeah, only about 10 seconds left. 10, 9, 8. Don't forget the bell brought to you by Orogenics. So check them out. OGEN on the NICE. 3, 2, and 1. Oh boy, what did we get printed? There's the print. And I got printed 1338s on path. So 1338s was the print on UiPath. So good stuff there. Nice trade. Where's the next trade? That's what I'm asking. Might be on Nike tomorrow with this kind of action coming in. But yeah, bigger picture, kind of a downtrend, man. Since about 2021. So it seems like we peaked in 2021 on Nike. Since then, pretty aggressive downtrend. Where will we catch the bid? Who knows? But it seems like this multi-year trend broke pretty aggressively and held a lower high. 120s might have been. It looks like it might have been a little bit of an interesting area as well. But good luck to anybody who's looking at Nike for these earnings. I'm definitely going to be watching it tomorrow for sure, as it is going to be earnings day one. I don't really care to kind of place bets or gamble on the earnings reaction, but I do like to participate after the reaction is kind of done there. We're getting a little bit of a shake and bake in the after hours session, but that's enough for me. We got Sean, we got Adara at the big desk for your market recap. So we're going to go to them soon enough, just as we wait for them to get ready. And now we're ready. What's up, Fabian? So I'll see you guys around. Take it easy. Have a good one.
Thank you, Obi. A great day of trading today again, and I'm joined now with Adara, and we will be at the news desk. We'll be talking everything stock related. We'll talk about some big stories that happened today. We've got Intel, big story. We've got Trump going. You've got the page that we're going to show in just a couple seconds here with our little bit of a rundown. We have Nike earnings. Were they 405-ish? Do you remember?
They were 415. So we're fine.
All right, so yeah, if we have, did you finish?
Oh, I have it ready. That one I have ready. I'm just trying to get the earnings stuff ready for myself as
great.
well. But everything's good to go. You can show the screen now. because I have everything.
All right, we'll do a
There
little,
we go.
yeah, good. We'll do a little bit of a rundown coming out right now. So again, another deal for Intel coming through today, obviously there. TSM, big news there. Canaccord coming through. Lots of news here. AI news with Alibaba. We've got Nvidia coming through today as well. Shopify news. And then, of course, Spotify. So lots of different stories hitting there. What a great graphic. Again, I love pretty much all of those logos. I like the Alibaba logo. My favorite logo is top right, of course, Trader TV Live. But the Dow today closes at record highs.
Wow.
So there we go, man. Again, heading into a potential government shutdown. Adara, I think the Kalshi market had it at 85%. We talked about that. I guess it's closer to 90 now as we get more on into the days. I don't think you heard anything that this is not shutting down, right?
No,
all day.
everybody seems to be very pessimistic about the government staying open. Trump, like casually today during his Pfizer announcement, which is another big stock to watch today, he said, oh, we're probably gonna have a shutdown, just like in the middle of a sentence that was not really related.
Right.
So he's giving you that vibe. Schumer is also giving you that vibe as well, that is Senate minority leader. So lots of pessimism here. Does really look like we are going to be getting that shutdown.
All right, good. So not good, but good. I mean, it's funny that the Dow goes out at record highs, right? If you're going to look at that
Stocks
today.
only go up.
Yeah, the DIA right here, the diamonds. We'll look at that really quickly here. The Spider Dow Jones 30 index right there going out today at all-time highs up here. Must have just closed just above, man, 464 or so. So there it goes. I heard it in my ear, all-time highs. So there goes the Dow today. The Q's also up on the day. Nike's not going to affect any of this stuff. So Q's, what a nice rally at the end of the day. We traded Nvidia like chef's kiss on Nvidia today. Perfect. There goes Q's, nicely done to the upside. And then we have the SPY coming in today as well, up to 665. Ooh, almost 666. Oh, what? Can you zoom in on this? Look what the high of the day is right there on the SPY.
Chung Chung.
Look, maybe I want to put in the middle. The high on the day here, Fabian. Okay, let's keep it there. I'll keep it up here. The high on the day of the SPY up here. Anyways, it's 6666. Look at that right there. Look at this. The high of the day on the SPY, 666666. Oh boy. So that looks like that might have been near the highs, all-time highs as well for the SPY. So there we go. It's funny that I think the S&P 500 bottom was 666 as well. So right there now, hey, if that's not ominous, I don't know what is. I mean, we may, okay, that's good enough, Fabian. Thanks for all that. But yeah, I don't know what that means or anything like that, but heading into government shutdown, we may have temporarily seen the high. But we had that stat, Adara, going back that the last government shutdown, which was 35 days, the longest one back in 2018 into 2019, the market rallied 10%. So we'll see if that can hit it. And it's something like 5 of the last 7 government shutdowns. Once the government was over with and the shutdown was evaded or figured out, we did get back to positivity 5 of the last 7 times. So I think there's a good move there. All right, we're still waiting for Nike. So we'll call up Nike on here. If anything hits, we'll have that for you. Adara will have the news absolutely immediately. All right, back to our list, man. One of the stories that we want to talk about today was, of course, Intel. Intel SoftBank gets a big shakeup today. Intel right now looks to split it with Taiwan 50-50 right there. Intel sells 86.9 million shares to SoftBank at a price of $23. So I sold my shares to somebody who bought them upside at $35.70 not too long ago. Today, going out at $33.50. A nice downside play there for Intel, especially on the daily chart, now pulling back 3 negative days in a row. And we've had the U.S. government buy a piece into this, and Nvidia, and now SoftBank coming into their $2 billion in cash, below market value right now. This raises dilution concerns as current shareholders now wonder about their foundry and their AI strategy. Why are we selling shares to SoftBank at such a great price of $23 when the market was at $35? So that's giving us a little bit of worry there. But again, you're looking for $2 billion. You got to pay a little bit of a price for that one. All right, USA and Taiwan. US wants a 50-50 chip split, right? So TSM there, Taiwan Semi. We could see what's going on with that name as well. 500 plus billion there as a deal. TSM expanding into US fabs. We're watching out for some key levels here as TSM continues to help with that story, right? Nvidia today takes out all-time highs as well as we get great CoreWeave news, and there goes Nvidia to the upside. And oh boy, was this a great trade for us today. I'm not going to show it to you. We had the 183.50, we had 185, we had 185 a couple times. Nice move up there for Nvidia today as it continues higher as well. We can go back over to this board, but we're still going, man. What's the next story there? TSM?
You start with Intel, right? So then we've got TSM. So as you can see here, I have Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick sitting in the corner, and in his hand he has TSM. Now why? Because he's the one who made these comments more or less saying that, you know, maybe we should split or we should push Taiwan, namely Taiwan Semi, of course, to split their chip output 50-50 with the US. Now, of course, this is also a concern because, and we have to mention the geopolitical headwind here, China today, hours after these comments were made, it was actually made intraday, basically continuing to affirm that they do not necessarily want independence in Taiwan, as we know. Now, this could be an issue because if the US is forced to kind of be the intermediary between Taiwan and China, that could lead to greater issues across the board, and also, of course, a potential problem here just from a stock perspective for TSMC. So let's see what happens there. TSM, we know, already investing very heavily in the US, though.
So Canaccord as well, our next story with Tesla. Tesla seemed to be on one later on in the day as it can just continue to go to the upside. Canaccord raises their price target to $490 for TSLA. And again, this is like prime to break out, man. I mean, on the 5-minute chart, we had quite a nice little battle there from those lows of 434, going out at 444 right now at the high of the day. A great little level for Tesla. And look what this looks like on the daily chart. We are trying to break out of TSLA. So let's do tomorrow's trade right now. Hey, if Tesla gets another upgrade and we continue to break these levels, what about that 450 right there for Tesla? I love that level. If we can break through there, let's take it. Let's get aggressive on Tesla with a nice bid coming through. I like to take on Tesla through 450. We'll see if that can hit tomorrow. Canaccord lifts that price target right now to 490, is signaling a 10% upside. Energy storage going through as a catalyst. Robo-taxi trials in Arizona. The Musk compensation plan, of course, is tied to XAI, so that's going to start to get going as well. Watch out for 435, 445. Those are the support levels. 445 is where we get out on, and 435 is where we hold today. So the Tesla story still seems to be intact. So we say congratulations for Tesla. All right, what's the next story, Dara?
Yeah, next up here, Alibaba, which is the best performing Chinese stock year to date so far. Alibaba, much like last September, leading these names here in China, specifically in the tech space, to the upside. Now, last night was a good night for the Hang Seng, which closed on for their Tuesday session near intraday highs. Great look for China. They've had a solid September, and they also had some solid factory activity data. It did contract, but it was a little bit better than what analysts were expecting. So all of these catalysts looking good for Alibaba. Lately, it's been really skating, though, Sean, on its AI catalyst, Qwen. Their AI model has done really well. It seems to be pretty well received. They release updates to that pretty regularly. So, I mean, Qwen Moon, I guess you could ask here about Alibaba.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's already Qwen mooning. It's mooning right now as we speak, up 112% on the year, Alibaba. And a big move today, was up early, but really got faded all day. Hey, if you're enjoying the show right now, sorry about the 10% that are not, but right now, 90-10.
10% are not enjoying.
Nah, they're not enjoying. That's okay. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. But hit the like button if you do like the show. Hit the enjoy the show button right here on the chat. Might as well show this, Fabian, right there. There it is right here. So hit it right now. 90-10. Let's get going. 66 votes. Thank you so much. We'll be joined by Brian Shannon again. But as you just mentioned there, the cloud forecast also raised. The problem really with Alibaba remains the fact that you do have the geopolitical risk. And I mean, a lot of this is tied to Trump's positive talk lately about the relationship with China and possibly getting a deal done over there. We've seen Taiwan and Vietnam and some of these other deals, Philippines, come through. We still wait India coming through as well. We'll still wait now for China. I mean, if they can get it done, I think Alibaba can win. The only problem is we know the government right now in China is supporting the infrastructure, the AI build out. It's just that can all change. You get one report about something going on with the government and maybe pulling some money back away, or lately they've been funding these names. So as we go to the upside, I also like, I'll give you a 2-for-1. I like Tencent here. I really think Tencent is what Musk is trying to do with XAI. He talked about the payment plan in one, all your research in one, shopping in one, everything all in one app. And Tencent, and again, they have messaging over there as well. We have a bad wick here, so sorry about the 1 minute chart up here, so we can't look at it for today. But this is what it looks like right here. We have a lot of bad wicks for some reason on this chart. I'm not sure why, probably market related with OTC markets, but wow. I remember we put a bid on Alibaba at 150 and we put a bid here at 80. We haven't got either one of those. Tencent right now taking out highs. I like the stock. Our guest that's coming on momentarily, Brian, has veered away from some of the Chinese names. And again, global risk. There's been so many other names out there. You don't need to go there. Baidu is a play against autonomous driving. So that can be done as well. Deals with Amazon, with Zoox, deals with Lyft and with Uber as well. As you can see, Baidu today down that 3% and trying to hold out. If you want to get involved in all of these Chinese names, why not just have a look at KWeb? Again, this has been a big one. FXI is the top Chinese names as the top 100 or the top 30 for China. KWeb, internet-based IT names there. So KWeb also near, looks like it wants to break out of highs there as well. Okay, Adara, what's our next story as we wait for Nike?
Nvidia, all-time highs. You were benefiting from that today. Congrats on your trade, Sean. But I mean, also benefiting, I'm sure, is our good pal, Jensen Huang, CEO of Nvidia. He is also in the top 10 richest men in the world, and I'm sure he only got richer today. Nvidia, I saw it, $4.5 trillion. Unclear if it actually went above that. But either way, nicely above that 180 level now. And let's see if this upside continues for NVDA. We know they've really been turning into a bit of an M&A type name as of late, which they weren't necessarily known for. They did announce an investment with Intel. Shout out to my friend Lip-Bu Tan in the corner, their CEO of Intel. And then also, oh, I guess my face is covered.
Yeah.
But also with regards to NVIDIA, I mean, they're investing in OpenAI, which is another massive, massive play. I think Jensen is really trying to put his money where his mouth is. And I think if he can get these chip sales in China, we make more all-time highs. That's my theory.
So Citi got a price target. Did you mention this up to 210?
No, I did not mention that.
Right, so that's another catalyst there for Citigroup, and again, or from Citigroup into Nvidia, and again, it's just breaking the highs. I mean, these are the trades that I had on today. I can't do it any better. Maybe you guys have better trades than, I mean, everyone has different trades today, but there's the first buy, there's the second buy of the 185 break. That was a monster, man. That went up $2 and change. That was really set our day off right there. And then we bought it again on VWAP, and we have the VWAP master coming through, Brian Shannon, talking about anchor VWAPs and VWAP in general. But there it is right there. VWAP held as in the 185 level as we get a little bit higher. So we'll have to wait to see what's going on with Nvidia. But again, a Citigroup price target upgrade. We like that there for them. I'm just reading through the notes. Again, Rubin GPU launch teased. That's good. Good support down there at 180 now. So we'll continue to go long through 180. We opened 181. We'll see if we can hold 180. I said I'm going long Nvidia until we crack below that. We are now imminent for Nike. What we're waiting for here on Nike, we do have the Benzinga Pro.
I have a visual for it.
Okay, good. We have the Benzinga Pro platform ready to go. You've got the visual open for Nike, so we'll get that going through very, very soon. But this is what Nike looks like right now.
Yeah,
it's going $70. We have faded back through on Nike. Let's go over to Adara's screen so we can look at this before the earnings come out.
The EPS I made yesterday, so it's actually 27 cents. Now they're expecting slightly less, I guess, on average, but either way, roughly the same. Revenue, though, not 10.98 billion they're expecting. Last quarter, Sean, it was not good. Okay, are they out? I'm not seeing them yet. I will let you guys know when I see anything. My computer is frozen.
Okay, I have the stock right now. It's ripping to the upside right now, so we'll wait to get exactly the earnings report from Adara, but we did make a move up to $74 right there. Now it faded back out into 70. Now we're going red. So Nike, someone hit the fat finger right there, got that up to $74. The algos are gone wild right now. This is algo going wild, in my opinion, as we go back and forth right now on the market.
The numbers, they double beat.
We just touched down to 69. We touched up to 74. Adara, the floor is yours.
Yeah, it's a nice double beat here, Sean. So Q1 earnings, 49 cents per share versus 27 expected. They almost doubled this. Sales, 11.72 billion versus estimates of 11 billion. So that is a double beat. And how? for Nike. That is a nice little double
Yep.
beat for
Here it is,
NKE.
right here.
Let's see if it keeps running to the upside there.
So 49 cents beating 27, sales beating as well. We'll wait to see if they're going to guide anywhere right now, but what a good report it looks like initially for Nike. The implied move was about 9%. So we'll see where we can go for that. Last time we did not get a great report from Nike, but there it is right there. 49 cents beating 27, 11.7 beating 11 flat. Looks like Nike will go higher there after the company reports better than expected Q1 financial. Q1 for Nike, okay. Interesting.
Q1 26.
Yeah, 26 there. So getting exciting there for Nike as it gets a nice upside play there. So nice move there for Nike. But again, you know, it's kind of an ugly stock. I mean, it broke higher for sure. That was a great little level there on their last report. We went from 60 all the way to the upside there, banged around 80 bucks, fell back in. This was the fear that you close that gap back in on Nike, but it looks like right now gross margin decreased 320 basis points.
Yeah, that's standard for them.
That's not great, but that's setting the stock a little lower right now from the highs, but they're still trying to hold out. And again, we looking forward for Nike, we're not looking back, right? So it says right now, Nike CEO says he's encouraged by the momentum they generated in this quarter, but progress will not be linear as dimensions of our business recover on different timelines. Do you have anything different?
Yeah, how long can you say that for Elliott Hill? I'm sorry, I have a lot of issues with his, I think, slow progress here. He's not speed walking, I'll put it that way. So with regards to Elliott Hill and Nike as well, the thing is, Sean, the gross margin down 320 basis points. It's not super shocking because last quarter it was actually down 440 basis points year over year. So it's slightly better, I guess, sequentially in terms of.
We don't like margin shrinking, that's for sure. We don't want these margins shrinking.
Right, but the issue is they keep doing it, unfortunately, for Nike. Yeah. He did say, though, this has to do with the fact that there's a lower average selling price reflecting higher discounts and the channel mix. Oh, so he just quoted what he said last quarter, because that's exactly what he said last quarter. I am not impressed with Elliott Hill. I'm sorry. I'm going to be really real here.
Didn't Nike have some activist movement or no? We know Starbucks, I believe, did. We know
Starbucks has had more activist movement. There's nothing specific on Nike.
Okay, so maybe that's
with
coming.
regards to activist investing. I know at one point, like I know Bill Ackman's involved in them, and they didn't add. He didn't like. Right. He called Elliott Hill personally and was like apologized for the ad. So Bill Ackman has a lot of pull, but it's not really activist investment.
Maybe let me know when Brian's ready because he is ready. Okay, we are ready to go then with Brian. So that was a little bit of a recap there on Nike. Let me ask Brian what he thinks. Brian, get your Nike chart ready to go. I'm going to ask you what you think about this stock right here. It's Trader Talk. Let's bring in Brian Shannon. And it's my favorite time of the week because we get to talk to Alpha Trends founder Brian Shannon. How are you doing, my friend?
My favorite time as well for having being on your show, Sean.
Great, really appreciate that one, Brian. What a wild day. We had marked down on the SPY today, and I don't know if it's true on your chart or not, but we have the high today for the SPY as being 666.66. So that was something that was a little ominous for us today. Check that out and have a quick look. Nike right there beats better than expected top and bottom line, Brian. Anything on the chart saying anything to you at all other than maybe faded if it gets back up to that $80 level?
It's funny, I've got 666.65 on it.
Ooh, okay.
Strange that they would be different. We're right here at the 72 level on Nike, and that has, that's the month-to-date anchor. It's the 20-day moving average. So, we're getting a bounce within some profit taking. I would expect it to kind of, absorb this, hold on to it, and then it has to test that 50-day moving average. But it clearly made a bottom in April with the rest of the market and is still doing some base building.
I kind of like though, yeah, exactly. I kind of like that we are bouncing right now off that 69 base there. So that looks pretty solid to me. But it's hard to judge an earnings level, especially when we're talking the day of, right? We got to see how the money comes in tomorrow and where we go from there. Okay, again, big mover. You and I have talked about Nvidia a couple times on here. You've given us many different names. You liked SMCI a couple months back again. We've talked about AMD on the show. But what a trade today. Nvidia breaking through 185. Does the move continue? What are your charts showing?
It sure looks like it. I look at it as long as we hold below the low from yesterday at 180, let's just call it 180.70. I'm long and looking for it to continue to move higher. It looks very similar to the breakout from this range right over here in Tesla. So I think it's it's locked, loaded, on its way, and innocent till proven guilty.
Yeah, I definitely like the fact that now we have a base to get out. I was thinking if it ever drops below 180, maybe we do get out. I do want to thank our sponsor of the show, Global X and Beta Pro X, for sponsoring the recap show once again. So we went through, Adara went through your Twitter account or your X account and found out a possible breakout name, and it's in a Mag 7 name. And of course, it's one of the oldest tech plays, one of the oldest names that was doing nothing during the 80s and 90s, but has been really breaking out lately. Of course, we're talking about Microsoft. Azure's been absolutely huge for them. We have Xbox. We just got that new deal with EA. And of course, these guys already took out Activision Blizzard. We have Xbox going. And honestly, you want to talk about a good base? What about this base between 500 to 505? Looks like that held real nicely. And Brian, I think I'm with you on this one. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this 520 break, when we get that, hey man, we go back to mid-August levels, and then maybe we get back to all-time highs. What are we seeing with Microsoft?
I'm liking it, Sean. We just got back above the anchor from that gap from the all-time high. We've got a 20-day moving average coming up through the 50-day moving average. You know, it corrected price-wise and then did nothing for the month of September. Looks like it's ready to go. I bought a little bit of an early start today, and I'm glad it was just a little bit because I see it's down at 516 in the after hours. So down 2 points, not a big deal for a $500 stock. But it looks like it's on its way to go test those highs and probably new all-time highs if this market can continue to be as strong as it is.
Are you a PE guy, like a valuation guy at all? But I don't talk too much about this with you. Like Microsoft's PE right now is at 33. Is that something that you take in consideration, which is relatively high considering what the market valuation around 25 right now in the S&P? Do you ever consider that when you're looking at charts like this, or is it just a pure technical and we deal with all that other sort of macro stuff as it plays out?
I think you deal with that macro stuff as it plays out. The time to buy stocks is when they have expanding PEs, not shrinking PEs.
Right.
You look at a stock like CrowdStrike, and I think I saw yesterday their PE is something like 240, or something that sounds ridiculous. And valuation-wise, sure, maybe it's overvalued, but the market doesn't care.
Right.
Until the market cares, it doesn't matter, and that's why we manage risk, is to say that, okay, there are risks that maybe were extended based on traditional valuations, but as long as the price is moving higher, only price pays, and I want to be involved, how do I make sure I don't get my head shot off if I do this wrong?
So this goes, yeah, I mean, I agree with you 100%. I mean, Palantir's been a big winner, and that PE is something very similar in the 500 mark as well, as Palantir continues to expand through. And we've seen Tesla and Amazon throughout the years have, crazy PEs and crazy valuation, but the momentum, right? The stocks don't care. They just follow where the money goes. So follow the money. We talked about that a little bit on today's show. All right, it was exactly a week ago, obviously, when you were on Tuesday. And as I look at this Ethereum chart, Brian, if you come over to my screen here, Fabian, we had bounced really off of a level where we should have expected it to bounce, I feel like, around this 3,800. That was the breakout level that brought us up to all-time highs, breaking, or depending on what chart you're looking at again, around 5,000 there. We did have a pretty nice pullback, man, about a 20% pullback from 5,000 to 4,000, and now we're bouncing off of these levels. I think we can get long Ethereum right now using this 3,900 or so as our out. I know this is a name that you've been talking about. You've liked Solana as well. That's had a little bit of a roller coaster over the last week. What are your current feelings right now about the crypto space?
Yeah, Ethereum, Sean, I think we might have discussed it. I wasn't sure last week. I was trying to think of that last night. But I was talking about this anchor and that being the place that was my level of interest. So as it bounced from there, I got long at 39.50-ish, I believe it was. And I'm still long that full piece, looking to take maybe a little bit off up near 4,200. And then Solana, this one was also a perfect bounce right where it was supposed to. I took a little bit of that off last night and mentioned that to subscribers always for $10 a month on Twitter. So they're both doing well, and Bitcoin's strength has really surprised me. It came down to that anchor off the April low, came a little bit close to it, but we got back above the anchor from the all-time high and from that prior low. So today we tested that level, and that tells me that there is still strong bidders in this market. With this bounce in here, this makes an important higher low at about 112.5 in Bitcoin.
Yeah, Bitcoin's been really impressive. That 108, those are levels I know we talked about. We talked about 108, then back into 102. So nice to see when things actually work out. Do you remember that one stock that had a 40-year anchored VWAP to it?
I do.
Right, and the name now, Sir Donald Trump. He's not Sir or anything yet, I don't think. But he made a play as well, man. He put some of the U.S. government's money, so your hard-earned taxpayer dollars, I guess, Brian, into this name, and it looks like it's paying off. We had a great base. I have the daily chart up here. This is when you and I were talking about it, man. I mean, you could have got in at any time from now until the past year. This is August of 24, where we made that like 1950 bottom. We just kept on seeing it. You didn't even really have to sweat this one out, and now you get a crazy pop. But I just want to tell you, Brian, I sold some here at 30, and I felt bad when it popped up, but then it came right into, to me, another sell zone, and we got out, lucky enough to get out more at 35.70, as now we start to pull back into $33. So I was looking at the chart today, and I thought that it was pretty constructive to maybe think about nibbling again if we came back and sort of got this gap fill back into $31 or $32. A lot of viewers want to know what your thoughts are on Intel. That little wick top there didn't exist. I don't think we got up to 38, but that's a nice push back down in for Intel. Any thoughts about this name? I don't think it's time to buy. If anything, I think it's time to sell.
Yeah, Sean, this one has really kind of tormented myself and Alpha Trend subscribers. We got involved maybe over here and sold it for a little bit of a profit, got involved again here and stopped out on this day. Fortunately for me, as I told them, I felt bad about this. I had some call options that expire in 2 weeks. So I had the 25 calls, and I've still got one of them that I'm hanging on to just to try to see how long I can hold it or till expiration. But those are up about 1,000%. I don't think you want to be a buyer in here until maybe it pulls back to this prior peak. So we've got this little pattern near term of lower highs and lower lows. So maybe just let it settle down a little bit. It's had a huge run, and this is a stock that's been notorious for doing nothing. So we just rallied 50%. Yeah. But when you look at the longer term time frame, right up to that 2020 high anchor. So I think you need some time to digest in here.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think it's a little overheated right now, and I don't think it's a bad name. I think there's a chance for that to get back up. I just want to update everybody on Nike earnings, and I'm not going to hit a fail on this, but if you come over to my screen right now, it is literally where we closed. So Nike right there on a top and bottom line beat, just to give everybody a little bit of information as we get ready to wrap the recap show. Up to $74, down to $69, but we end ourselves right here at $70. All right, Brian, SoundHound. This was a name that you'd come up, SOUN. We had talked about this a couple times, and it's been a good runner for sure. I mean, it has its peaks and valleys, that's for sure. This looks like a crazy roller coaster right now for traders on SoundHound, but I know it's a good name. There's about a 20% short float or so in this space. Deals with Nvidia. I like it. It seems to be holding the 200 on the daily quite nice. Any current positions or any current thoughts about SOUN?
I don't have it right now, but I'm keeping a close eye on it. And actually, the one that's not supposed to be doing well is kind of got the same type of chart, and that's BBAI, as you know. I know you're familiar with that one. Maybe we get a rally, Sean, near term up to the 5-day moving average and even up through it a little bit, and then start to turn sideways. If it did this and really held on, then I'd love to see it for another bounce. It hit the 20-day moving average today, so I know there's buyers in there based on that. And they're getting a bounce. Now, if we can, if this bounce continues, we make a higher low, then to me that means the short-term profit taking has turned, and it's time for another push higher in SoundHound.
Ryan, come on, you can't just mention BBAI to me and then not discuss a little bit of it. So I'm talking about it. We get questions today. I said, hey, worth a little bit of a nibble. If you have whatever money you have to put in this, let's say $1,000, I think it's worth 20% here at the 50-period moving average on the daily, around 650. I like that call. It really held the 200-period in and around $5 before. I think you buy some at 650. You maybe wait if it gets into $5. Remember, these guys are minus 27 cents EPS. EPS. I haven't had a quarter where they've made money yet. They're bleeding to the downside, but again, it's one of those names where we're trying to project forward. They just got a deal with the Navy as well, so trying to get some government contracts. We know how sticky those are, so we like that. We saw that that was part of the game with Palantir. Once those started flying in, we started seeing some upside movement. So let's go over a little bit of technical analysis, maybe on Big Bear AI. Hey, we did live on the show. We bought at 4. We got out at 650, at 750, and then at 850 where we topped out. So now we're getting a chance to rebuy at 650. Any thoughts on that?
I like it in this general area. If we, if we pull back a little bit deeper, I think the big zone to be aware of is down here. This is basically, 590 to 610. That is likely the important level with a 50-day moving average there and the anchor off of that last earnings report. If we can see that now turn to a zone where buyers defend it, get a little bit more shakeout, I'm keeping a close eye on Big Bear as well.
Okay, you mentioned already that you have a subscriber base, so everyone can go find you on X at Alpha Trends, $10 a month, probably no better of a value there, and you answer questions, giving out ideas, and having, I guess, you do some live streaming as well over there, so I want to make sure everybody goes and checks you out. But this is a free program here. This is Trader TV Live. So Brian, you got to give us an idea. Give us something that you're looking at right now that our viewers can go home and do a little bit of research their own, or find you on X and ask you some more details about it. So give us a name right now. We turn the spotlight on you.
Like I said, I like Microsoft. I think AMD is getting ready to go in here again. It's got that nice base similar to Microsoft. That the level here is about 165. I think it's time to probably start nibbling that one. It's battling with the anchor from the all-time high here, and I guess let's see. GH, I bought a little bit of this one today. That one maybe, I don't love it though. I mean, I have a half-size position and a stop close by here. What else do I have? I'm not really looking for shorts, but Airbnb kind of looks vulnerable.
Yeah.
If that could rally a little bit and then kind of, short on the decline after a rally with a tight stop. But there's not big stuff jumping out at me. The one stock that I'm kind of surprised that I'm involved in is Berkshire. That I got involved in this one a couple days ago, and that's got a nice looking chart to it for for a big slower mover.
You're looking long on Berkshire, right?
I am long, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. Right. Because we went from going short Airbnb over to Berkshire. So I want to make that, that's a name that I was buying as well. I really like Berkshire. It's funny because the Dow is at all-time highs today. They closed at all-time highs. So Berkshire, again, should be getting going there. Good companies involved in that name for sure. Okay, Brian, you think Microsoft, if I could put it into one of those trades, you like Microsoft or AMD better?
I probably like Microsoft better.
Okay, let's go with Microsoft then. Thank you, Brian. Again, we kept you a little bit late, but everybody in the chat really appreciates that, and so do we. Adair's here, but she's just been super busy doing some.
Hi, Brian. Thank you for being here with us, Brian.
Hey there.
So we want to give you that little look there as well. But Brian, thank you so much. And again, everybody can find you on X, on StockTwits, and anything you want to promote quickly?
This show, Sean, keep doing what you're doing. Everyone should be loyal viewers.
We appreciate that, Brian, the best. And part of the show is having great guests like yourself as well. So cheers to you and yours, and thank you for the kind words. It's Brian Shannon from Alpha Trends. Go find him on Twitter and on StockTwits. Thanks, Brian. Have a great rest of your week.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Brian.
We love Brian.
Go, Brian. We really appreciate Brian over here.
Yeah, I'll send him the check. Thank you for saying such nice words to us right there. But hey, man, everybody that watches the show knows we try to keep it real. And I think Brian's the same way, man. I mean, you could see him there. When I asked him about AMD or Microsoft, he's not like pumping any of them. He's just saying
and
this.
There are times where he'll be like, this is not good. Like he and Michael Shannon, everybody we have on here, they're going to be like, sometimes this is not, like, don't touch that. Be careful.
Michael Noss, of course, and Brian Shannon. Both friends. I mean, if they ever merge each other, Michael Shannon sounds pretty good.
Well, there's an actor named Michael Shannon.
Or Brian Noss.
My brain does it.
Maybe Brian.
Because I don't do Brian Noss because Michael Shannon is an actor, and I think that's why my brain goes Michael Shannon. But yeah, sorry, Brian Shannon, Michael Noss, both fantastic. And if they merge, that would be a super trader no one could handle.
Some of our best guests right there. All right, thank you so much. much for joining us one more time. Just a quick little look on Nike earnings. Again, we're back live tomorrow. Nike's still stuttering around here right now, 71.20. Let's get going, Nike. All right, Adara, a lot of news stories today. Me and you do something fun at the end of every day. So this is right up your alley. This is your favorite story of the day.
Oh my gosh, they're making me. I'm gonna go PFE because that press conference was wild.
Yes.
What about yours, Sean?
I actually like and this is part of it is because we traded it. I actually like the all-time high break on Nvidia.
That's probably the best story. I think that's actually objectively the best story today.
I don't know, but well, thanks for that. You don't need to pump. You don't need to pump up the ego here, but yeah, let us know what everyone's favorite story is. I like Nvidia just because I think it just continues the good thoughts.
Right, like I wasn't trying to puff anything. I'm like legitimately, that's a nice, fun, happy story. Where
but Pfizer's good too, man. That Trump RX, I mean, lowered drug prices.
And Eli Lilly.
Eli Lilly.
Tons of other.
And you traded what stock today?
Spotify.
There we go. So another
also Netflix.
Another big story for Spotify. All right, Adara and I could go on forever, and honestly.
But should we? No.
No, I got the daughter tonight has volleyball, and my son has swimming. He just started swimming again. So as he's getting back into the water there, as he gets his bronze medallion or bronze cross, whatever the one is, to lifeguard.
Oh, wow.
Because he told me, he's like, yeah, he's 13, and I think once you turn 14 or 15, yeah, you can start to work for the city. So he saw his sister, who's just 10, was 10, now is 11. She was umpiring T-ball. And she got paid $32.50 for every game that she umpired. And my son was like, what the? Yeah, so now he's like, all right, I'm getting a job. And his strength is swimming. He loves chess as well. And all things related to video games. So we're taking him to swimming tonight. Should be a lot of fun, so I got to get out of here. That's Adara. I'm Sean. That's Fabian. Thank you so much for joining us again today. We want to thank Brian Shannon for staying with us. We want to thank Global X and their Beta Pro 3X platform as well for sponsoring the show. Go check them out, Global X. That's it for us. Ciao for now.
See you guys.
I did everything right and they indicted me.